let's maybe just start with like introductions. That might work. Since we have a new player, that might be nice. Shall I start?
You are the GM.
Okay.
Storyteller.
Storyteller. Yeah.
Hello. My name is Seb. I'm Belgian.
That's it.
Not originally like a British person, as you all are, or an American, as our missing friend. So I will try to keep up with you guys in English, but it's
you do absolutely fine,
Yeah.
Seb.
You do amazingly, especially
just
for weird
know that
conversations.
it might not go as smoothly every time. Apart from that, this is also my first time really running Vampire. Like, I ran a one-shot for these guys before, but I'm pretty new to the system. Just so you all know, don't expect.
And we were terrible, just so that you that we all know.
Okay.
Survived.
Then I guess we'll go to James next.
Yeah. Okay. I am their Friday DM, so I do all of that side of things. But yeah, I'm English and come from over this side of the pond, and helped put this lot together many a year ago, and added a few of the others over the time. How many years now? A couple of years ago, maybe for you and Drew and Jess. 2 years ago.
Me and Drew, yeah, Drew and I were 2 years.
Yeah, and
Are you
then
running up to 3?
probably getting on for
I've
3.
been 2 years, so you were a year after before me. So
that's true.
Yeah.
And then
Wow.
the initial group was 6 years before that. So they've been playing D&D for a long time.
Quite a while.
So that's good. So I sort of helped try and put this little group together a while back, and we try and have fun doing that. We've played not many other games, just a tiny little bit of Vampire when Seb ran it before, and some of them have done Tales from the Loop, but that's about everything we've tried, is the honest truth. And my head doesn't keep rule sets very well in it, so I kept D&D. Everyone else will have to keep a different rule set in their brain, and Seb, right now, Vampire is going to have to be in your head, and I'll facilitate from my end.
It's okay. I've been obsessed with this game for 3 years.
That's fair. I will say I have very much enjoyed watching most of things like LA by Night and New York by Night and all the rest of them. So yes, it's all pretty good.
Okay, Jess.
Hello, I am Jess. I'm also English. I usually draw the big pictures for the big campaigns at the end.
I have seen those.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Cool.
Thank you. And my secondary job is, once it hits midnight, to send horrific images that I find on the internet to this lot.
We've been trying to get rid of that part of the job, but she wasn't going to have anything on that one.
Never change, Jess. Never let them change you.
So many centaurs, so little time.
Oh no.
and Jess will always be late to a session because she needs to make a cup of tea right on the clock.
I was here on time with a brew.
That was true.
Now, this is a different session on Fridays, every single time.
It was truly shocking to see that she actually was here with her.
Very
Okay,
sad.
next down the line, Drew.
For me, I hope.
Yeah, Drew. Yeah.
It's been 20 years.
I guess I have played Vampire. I actually played Vampire before I played D&D.
What?
Vampire was my first love RPG, but I didn't play this version until very recently. I played the older version, V20.
So when did you pick it up, Drew? As
When
a first?
I was 12 years old, when I first picked up the original core book.
I remember the book. I remember you having the book.
Yeah, and I still have it down there somewhere.
God.
With like 40 other of the
books that go along with
books.
it.
Yeah.
Once they sucked you in, they got you.
This is a setting very near and dear to my heart. So I am very excited.
I'm very attached to San
jumping into it.
Francisco as well. Yes, that's definitely true.
I will do my best to live up to the dream. We'll see how that goes. Okay, next, our newcomer, Bex.
Hi, I'm Bex. I've been playing D&D for a couple of years, just over like 2.5 years probably. I played in real life for the group, and when that fell apart, Drew invited me graciously to come and join the other group that we play with, and immediately traumatized me and gave me PTSD with Curse of Strahd.
Excellent. Yeah.
It's a great first campaign.
Well.
How many of your characters has he killed off at this point? Or is it...
My character actually murdered my character before we'd even started the campaign. I didn't know I was playing an undead warlock, but I was playing an undead warlock.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I had been murdered. I didn't know until the paladin did divine sense, and it was coming from me.
Yeah, I kind of nerfed it a little bit. They were getting the sense of undead, like just constantly being around them.
And we were always like, well, it's Barovia. That makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. I see. And then the truth was revealed. Yeah.
They reached the
He
point
was
where
like,
it's
it's coming from Imperial. And I was like, what the fuck? Excuse me? And have been playing with those guys ever since. We did a vampire one-shot a little while ago, so I've done it once, but mostly it was me rolling the dice and going, what does that mean? So
that's okay. That's exactly what we did. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was also like pre-made characters.
Still do.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Excellent.
Okay, and then lastly, at least until Conrad arrives, Joe.
Yeah, I'm Joe. I'm also quite new to D&D, about 2 years-ish. Did very similar to you. I had a in-group campaign, like in real life, but then that fell apart. So I joined this as like
Motley
a one-shot character. Yeah, and then it just
he never
gone.
left.
Never left. I'm like a leech.
That was Dragon Lords, wasn't it?
Dragon Lords,
Yeah.
because that was supposed to be a one-shot, and then we were like...
Well, I don't know if it was going to be a one-shot, but I think it was supposed to be like...
It was an extra on in COVID times when we all had free time.
Yeah.
Yes, the dream. We're living the dream when you could
Really
have more
glory
D&D a week.
days.
Yeah.
2 sessions.
I've never played this vampire thing, so I'm completely new. So it's going to be a big learning curve for me.
Yeah. There's a few of us that are close to that, Joe. So you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah. That's it. I'm not very interested. So
you either succeed or you don't.
Resident streamer.
Oh yes, I do stream.
Follow him. Potato salad. Go.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was it?
I think you already do. I think I've already made you follow him.
Yeah, that's possible.
I'm very boring. Don't watch me.
That is a lie, and we have the clips to prove it.
Oh, absolutely.
There are no clips.
There are.
Send it to the compilation.
And yes, I'm going to have to mute now because I'm going to eat. So, one second.
No worries. The Kermit the Frog is a perfect thing to put on for the camera. Well done. Excellent.
Hello.
Hi.
My name is Conrad. It's very nice to meet you. This is my cat Saren.
Nice.
She will be making an appearance throughout the entire time we play because she's my familiar and she's never far away from me.
He looks like an angel. I have a demon.
Oh, she's
This is my cat.
kind of back and forth. Hang on, I gotta scroll down to see.
So
cute.
She's only got one back leg.
Oh,
you have a tripod.
I have a tripod. She was like that when I got her. I promise.
Mine's got all of her bits and a little extra attitude. So
Nice.
Again, you've just described every cat. They all have attitude. You gotta love them. But yeah.
How would you say she's very cross with me right now because I came in and I had the audacity to sit down on my computer and turn everything on and not give her treats yet.
Ah,
That is rude.
yeah, you've broken the covenant, the sacred
I know.
covenant.
I have to fix that here in the near future, but yeah, I'm in Michigan. I'm across the pond, but I'm a morning show host, which means my hours line up with y'all's hours over there.
Nice.
It's a
Yes, it
modern
works
day
out very
miracle.
Beautiful.
Well, Seb, you have your group, yes.
Well, now that we have a full house, we can kind of begin. I'm excited. Okay, so I guess we can maybe start with like, why are we having a session 0? Because, well, we don't usually do a lot of that.
No,
maybe?
well, we've played a lot together. That it's not really been that much of a thing.
Yeah. Well, on the one hand, it is, of course, to make sure that everyone's comfortable, that we're in like a nice environment where everybody knows that like the content of the game can be kind of according to each of our comfort zones, because Vampire can be a pretty dark game. When things get down to it, there are all kinds of terrible monsters out there in the night.
And with some of them.
Yeah, and you are indeed one of them. You have like a beast inside of you that needs to drink blood in order to survive. I mean, that's pretty dark. So because of that, I sent you the survey earlier. So I thought maybe we can go over those results, and based on that, we will set up our lines and veils. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that system of like safety mechanisms.
Roughly.
Yeah.
So
You can go over it just to be safe, though.
Yeah. So basically, lines mean we don't touch this. This never enters our game. You don't do it. I don't do it. Nobody does it. And then veils is basically a fade to black. Let's say, well, the traditional one is sexual content. You walk in ready to devour another person, I guess, fade to black, and then the aftermath happens. So, well, you don't actually get like... So you're not basically describing a porno, because that gets uncomfortable for everybody.
I know. And who wants to watch Game of Thrones season 7 again? So it's kind of...
But I've read so much Sonic fan fiction and ready for this.
Oh my god!
Oh no! I wasn't ready. Yeah. Fade to black.
I'll start Google searching. I'll send you some stuff later.
So weird. I actually put that specifically in my form.
Yeah, I'm adding Sonic fan fiction to my lines. So...
What's the opposite of lines? Because I use it.
Oh no!
It is required.
I recommend a therapist.
Oh no!
Okay.
Is the world ready for that though? Yeah. Oh, who am I kidding?
So,
the internet's ready for everything.
So I'm quickly gonna go over the results of the little survey that I put out.
And our
So
survey
first
says...
part was basically like bigotry, so racism, homophobia, sexism. There was like a pretty big consensus that this was not okay for player characters. So just so you know, but there was said that it was acceptable in not in explicit detail for NPCs. So it's okay if it's out in the world, I guess.
It's the real world, I guess, isn't it? So I suppose it's...
Yeah, it's okay that it exists, but it doesn't have to come home.
Yeah. Fair. Yeah. It's there, but we don't have to be... Yeah.
Okay, so what does that mean for my NPCs? That's kind of where I need to know where I can draw the line.
It's there. It's out in the world. Like, this is a very real world setting.
Yeah.
I guess for me, it doesn't need to be in our face, like directed at us.
Yeah, I
Maybe
suppose
it could be a reason why-
it exists, but you don't have to go.
Yeah.
You don't have to go down that bandwagon a long way, if that makes sense. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
It could be maybe a character trait of an NPC that doesn't have to be enacted, but maybe we know it's a thing with them, which is why we want to kill them even more.
They just have like that douchey vibe of prejudiceness.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. There's a difference between a vibe and being overtly in your face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
you know, those people.
Yeah. Like, we know.
No.
Like
Okay,
if you have like a character that goes Trump for president, like you don't need to
Yeah,
like
if they're wearing
don't
a
need
Make
to-
America
they don't
Great
need to
Again
call you a
cap,
slur
we just know
afterwards,
we
we
just
know,
kill
yeah.
them, not feel bad at all.
Okay, so I think I know where I can go with that. Okay, thank you. That was like a question because the way I put it in the survey was not an explicit detail, but that can mean a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
Like I wasn't about to use slurs, but that's one way to interpret it.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
course.
that's fair.
Like,
For sure.
okay.
But I'm assuming things like clerics being bigotry towards vampires is a whole different. Would be a whole different ball game.
Yeah, I'm guessing like racism against vampires is okay, right? Like racism as in
Feels like a given.
like
Yeah.
It's more like
no, I
sweet
don't-
Doing people, so
Yeah.
it's okay to
Is it
say,
really
oh no,
racism then? Really? If it's deserved?
I hate those blood-sucking vampires that like
Kill
drink the
people.
blood of our
Yeah.
children. Yeah.
Oh,
those-
days,
I think
though.
we're fine on
Those
that one.
they
Yeah.
smell.
Those blank bodies, we probably don't smell. That's the thing. We probably give off no body odor. It's weird.
I think werewolves
vampires?
smell like wet dog.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's be
And
racist
some
against werewolves.
vampires do.
Werewolves drool.
Some do.
Disgusting.
Can we just?
Okay.
Yeah, we're just going to be like attacking werewolves the entire time, just from the first session. It'd just be bigotry
Gonna
towards
turn it
werewolves.
fully into what we do in the shadows.
This morning, a werewolf
Where was the
turns up,
first
you
werewolf?
run.
Yeah, fair enough.
100%
Yeah.
You run. Do not
Yeah.
fight one.
No, yeah, I do know that would not go well. Fair.
You
Okay.
run as fast as you can and throw as many of your friends in front of it. Keep yourself alive.
Throw the squeaky toy, it'll be fine.
I don't
Okay.
think that's been tried before.
Next
I
time.
take our cues for what we do in the shadows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next one out of inter-party behavior. So I think no one really had a problem with romances between the party or with NPCs. That's not a problem.
Just bring it up first.
Yeah.
Don't go
So
down that
they're
route
like-
without telling anyone. It's like, hey, I might have a thing for your character. That would be nice.
Yeah,
At least know
yeah,
before you. But
You
yeah,
know,
barring
I
that,
think
yeah.
that's a good rule in general.
Yeah, exactly. That's
it's
why I'm
like
throwing it out there.
communicate if that's the case.
Yeah,
if the other person's kind of okay with it. Otherwise,
then follow your lead. Yes.
yeah. Similar with betrayal and PvP combats that all were acceptable with in limited quantities. Anyone wants to add something to that?
Well, I'm assuming you want to at least try and we get through the first session before we start. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
To like make narrative sense, not just I'm gonna stab you for
Yeah.
the sake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
have it be like, have it be part of the story and not like,
yeah.
it's another session, I will betray you again.
Yeah.
Because I can and I will. And
Pivot.
Here
The
is my
idea of
knife.
have it build to a pivotal moment for it to be a reason if it was going to be something like that. Yes.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
it's cartoony, guys. Come on.
Yeah. Let's do it. Yeah.
let's see. Harm to animals. That was like the worst one was not in explicit detail, so I'm guessing like we won't describe ourselves torturing animals. But for example, is feeding on rats okay? Because feeding on rats will probably kill them, and in my book, killing is harming. So so I'm guessing that's okay. Just like not in detail describe how you torture a cat or something.
I mean, when I watch scary movies, I root for the animals to live.
Yeah.
People are expendable, but that cat better be fine.
Yeah. So true. Pet Cemetery is really touch and go for me.
Okay, so everyone's okay with killing animals to feed? That's
I think as long as it's just for me, it's like I kill the cat and that's it.
Yeah,
like and then we're done.
Yeah.
We move.
I don't think it has to be gratuitous, but if it happens, it happens. You know.
Yeah.
Very well. I'll make that a veil then to, fade to black or not like go into detail there. Harm to children was unacceptable.
Yeah.
That's a line. I will put all of these on the drive, by the way, just so everyone can get,
it'd be nice to have the result. That's good.
What are the lines? What are the veils? Some of the other comments that were made will be in there as well, just so everyone can review this at their leisure.
No problem.
So harm to children unacceptable. What about child vampires? Vampires that were
I legitimately thought about that on the way home because I was thinking, okay, obviously molestation or any sort of like anything like that towards kids, obviously not. Death of kids happens. I could see that as maybe a veil, something we don't have to experience directly. Vampire children, I think I'm okay with.
It's creepy.
It's very creepy.
I struggle with, because my introduction to vampires, children as vampires, was from Interview with a Vampire and how the book, and with Claudia, and Claudia's fucking like disturbing to read about. It's just
it is fucked up.
Trapped. That's the bit I don't like about children vampires.
Yeah, at the moment there are 2 of them in the setting. If you don't like it, we can remove those and just not have them in there. If that's
fine, as long as they're not sitting there like as Claudia was like complaining that she can't have sex because
if they're children vampires, but they're children vampires,
but they've got the mindset of children rather than like I'm 32 trapped in a 5-year-old body.
Well, I mean, the thing is, like in the lore, like vampires have to really kind of turn on blush of life to even attempt physical relations. So it might be more of a non-issue with children vampires as far as wanting to be physical.
Specifically, the children vampires in this story are one was a child actor and he's basically an adult like when he was 12 and he's still kind of an adult now, but like
I guess with him that he was a Sabbat shovelhead though, so he is monstrous. So I guess.
What is a shovelhead?
So the Sabbat, the big bad guys of this world.
Yes.
They are the true monsters. So they do things like mass embrace, where they will just kidnap anyone off the street. They will bury you alive and wish you the best of luck. They will embrace you. You have to dig yourself out of the ground, and you don't get any like. You're now a kindred. This is our society. They just let you loose.
Deal with it.
You are a foot soldier in some war you don't know you're fighting.
That's fun.
Yeah, that's like the tip of the iceberg. They are truly horrific.
Okay.
Which is why they are not recommended as player characters at all.
We will, we will probably not encounter them in this story. I'd never say never, but probably not.
They've had a weird, well, not weird. They've had a story write-off essentially.
Yeah. Well, there are stragglers and there are people that were former Sabbats, so there's something there, but let's not go too deep into that at the moment. So child vampires, okay, but not like Claudia from Interview with a Vampire.
Don't make it creepy.
Do you mean
horror creepy? Yes. Sexy creepy? No.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so horror creepy is okay. Okay, but I'll just say
Horror,
none
not
of
Lolita.
my-
That's
none of my
Yes, not
small...
Lolita.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. None of my child vampires have any interest in sexuality whatsoever. So that's
brilliant.
Cool.
fine.
That's a sentence you never thought you'd ever say.
It's out there.
When you're a DM and a storyteller, yeah, things have to come up.
Another thing. Where do you draw the line for children when you say no harm can come to children? Do you draw the line at 18? Younger? Where's the comfort level there?
Have you ever read the book Animorphs?
Yes.
Like the age of the Animorphs, I think is okay. Like
How old are they?
mid to late teens.
If a 30-year-old could play them in Stranger Things, it's fine.
Okay.
Right?
Never thought about that, but sure. I guess that's one way to do it.
Joe Keery plays like a 18-year-old, and he is 30 years old, so that's fine.
Okay, so let's say 16 to 18 or something might be okay. Not that it'll happen like
If they can drive a car.
Okay, I'm just saying, like, okay, yeah, I think I know what you mean. You probably won't encounter many children anyway, because this is the World of Darkness, and in my version of the World of Darkness, bedtime is a very strict sunset thing. So
I mean, I suppose it would be if like things do go bump in the night. You do want your kids to not be on the street.
okay,
Not that they know, but still.
yeah. Okay, then next one on my list is murder, body horror, and gore, which are all A-OK, or A-OK in limited quantities. Which I am very
Give me that
happy
gore.
about.
Sorry, I'm getting food, but give me gore. All right, bye.
I think
Anyone want
goes
to
with
add
the
something
Misheard
to
that, but that's fine.
Anyone want to add something to that, or
I am squeamish as hell.
okay?
That's my fault.
I am
Sorry.
fine with it, but I may scream.
That's fine. So, a creature with like 1,000 glimmering tongues that comes
It's
crawling
see
up.
out my worst nightmare.
That's cool.
Okay,
It's putting it out there.
very good to know. But you're okay with throwing them at you, right?
If you're turning someone into a chair, I will cry.
Okay,
Sorry, this
are
is
you
my
okay
fault. This
with-
was watching Halloween H2O at a young age.
Yeah,
It's my fault.
Yeah, 100%. That is the root of my trauma.
shares of the
Are you
line.
okay
There
with
you
me
go.
throwing that at you, or are you saying like?
I'm saying it's okay, but I will physically recoil.
Okay. Well, luckily, we have something. Well, akin to the X card system. Is anyone familiar with that?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, so basically, whenever things get a little bit too much for you, you can just say, Seb, can you stop for a second? Or just give me a sign. I don't know.
Do we need a safe word?
Yeah, maybe.
I just start bleeping. No.
That's one way to do it. Just say that. Now we can pause. We will rewind the scene, and we will tone it down a little bit, or take the scene in a different direction, and we will make sure that everything's okay. You don't need to explain yourself or whatever why you don't like it. Just
We'll take 5
Say
minutes. We'll have a
something.
cup of tea and work things out.
yeah, say something. We can take a little break, take it back, and go in a different direction. Cool for everyone?
Yes.
Perfect.
I wasn't here, but yes.
Super.
Safe words, basically.
Oh yeah.
Our
Are we
safe
talking
word is banana
I
hammock.
think you're underestimating safe bleep.
We cannot do that, James. that's the thing only you can
That's
do.
fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. I know that the mechanic is also called X card, or another version I can coin is ripcord. You pull the ripcord, and then your parachute comes out. So.
Yeah, well, it's basically that. It's just, you say something, we'll pause, we'll take it back, rewind the scene, and go somewhere else. You're not gonna ruin the story. Making the story is my job. I'll make sure everything's fine. So don't need to worry about that. So yeah, okay. Body horror, gore. No additional things on that. I'm assuming.
If it goes in a horror movie, it's fine. I'm sure.
If anyone was interested, the chair was called Arnold.
Okay. Torture, surprising to me, was acceptable, but not too explicit.
And not to animals.
And not to animals.
You leave animals alone.
So I'm guessing, once again, this is more like, oh, okay, we have this guy bound to a chair. How do you want to do this? You say, oh, I take a blowtorch, and then fade to black. We do some rolls, and then we see what happens afterwards.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay?
Sounds good.
He doesn't have a nice time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does not have a nice time. That's kind of guaranteed. So I get that. I'm putting that as a fail as well. Then, flirting, romance, and nudity are acceptable or acceptable in limited quantities. So do with that as you will, I guess, unless you kind of want to fade to black on one of those, in which case, tell me. Preferably now.
Flirt and then stop. Yeah.
Okay, I'm guessing that's all okay.
Yeah, it'd be fine.
Consensual sex is a fail. Unless anyone has a problem with that. From the survey, incest and rape were lines, which is completely acceptable. Sexual violence is not fun, so let's not go there. One question on the incest, though. Some of you said, sorry, it was not acceptable. Are mentions of it acceptable, or is it just something that you don't want to see at all? Just not go there, in which case, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, there is one clan in particular that is very, they like to pick from a very small flock, shall we say.
Nice. I don't personally mind hearing about it.
I think past like season 3 Game of Thrones, where the twins stop having gratuitous sex and just start alluding to how much they love each other, I'm pretty fine with that.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, the reason why this was in there is because there is indeed like one clan or one family inside a clan that is heavily implied to have some kind of incestuous thing going on. But it does not have to be explicit. We don't need to mention it. It's maybe in the background. Maybe they stand a little bit too close during the scene, but we won't like explicitly mention it. If that's okay
Seems
with everyone?
Seems okay.
Just the British aristocracy just generally being there.
Yeah, basically. That's
most of Europe, to be honest.
Oh yeah. Oh, the Habsburgs. Remember them well.
Okay. Drug use acceptable in limited quantities. So, oh no, I put it as a fail here. So I guess that was not an explicit detail. So I'm guessing don't.
Yeah.
Well, the way I see it, don't vividly explain how you cook your heroin and shoot the needle into your arm.
Yeah.
I guess.
You can just pop a shroom every now and then.
Yeah. How about drug trips? Let's say you drink from a human who has just done some illicit substances that might affect your vampire in some way. Is that okay?
Doesn't bother me.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I'm pretty fine with drug use, so I don't partake personally, but I have no. I mean, it's your body. Put it into it what you want.
Okay, and that basically means we've gone through our list. Currently, our veils are I've put racism, homophobia, and sexism here, but that was more like not directly to you guys, but like maybe more circumstantial. So not like in explicit detail. Harm to animals, sex, torture, and drug use. Anything you want to add to that specifically?
To Vails?
Yes.
No.
No, that seems okay.
Okay, and then we go on to lines, which is rape, sexual assault, blah blah blah. Racism, homophobia, and sexism by player characters. Harm to children. Yeah, incest I have here, but maybe that should move to Vails? Or how do you...
It's fine by me in Vails, sure.
I mean, you know what we've had this conversation. If...
Yeah, you know where the line... Yeah, I think you know where the line is.
Yeah.
And then there were some that were added through your specific... like the little box that I put like underneath the survey where you could like type something in yourself.
Yeah, the key important ones are in there.
Yeah, some of those are self-harm and suicide. We won't include those. One question about self-harm. I'm guessing this is self-harm having to do as a result of a a difficult time you have mentally or something. Like I'm assuming, for example, a Tremere performing a blood sorcery ritual where they have to sever their own finger or something is fine, or is that...
Sorry.
Yeah, take your finger just for ritual. That's fine.
Yeah,
It's
or
okay.
like, or opening a vein because you need to spill some blood on something or something. That's
when
fine,
it's
knowing that
literally
you
just
knowing that you can heal it.
When it's like a means to an end, I guess is what we're talking about.
Yeah,
Like
you're
it's in the
also-
context of being kindred, yes, but if it's like, as you say, due to some kind of mental illness or something like that, then
no
that's
bueno.
not fun.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Then we know what we mean with self-harm. We've defined the term. So self-harm and suicide at the moment is a line. Abortions and miscarriages was mentioned by someone, so we will not include those. Sonic fanfiction, which I am very serious about. We will not include that.
We'll never speak again.
That's a veil.
That's a veil.
Okay. Let's make it a
That's for the
veil.
after show.
If your character wants to have written Sonic fanfiction, that's okay. But you cannot explicitly read it out.
I just want to know that Sonic fanfiction exists within the world, you know?
It exists everywhere. Within our hearts and the minds of the people.
Sonic fanfiction over to the veil.
If you want to ban Sonic fanfiction, that's fine. I'm just saying there's a lot of other characters out there. There's a lot of other fanfiction. We've got a lot of options.
We've got a lot of band hammers to bring down.
And then
much
the
going
last one, someone managed they had like a deadly, very recent phobia of centaurs.
Oh, yeah. Can't go there.
You have absolutely foiled my plans.
Those are a line.
Yeah, that's a line. You have absolutely ruined my plans of having you be captured by a Tzimisce.
No.
Who wanted to transplant your torso onto a horse. You have foiled my plans.
Oh.
Checkmate.
He has to redesign the big bad.
Yeah, they can do that. That's the thing.
I hate it.
But that is a line, and I guess it will stay a line. It's terrible, but it's let's go with that.
Such an unhappy face. Such an unhappy face from Drew.
I hate them. I hate the Tzimisce. They're gross.
I already know who like your main antagonist will be in that case.
I will walk into the sun.
Okay.
First session, he walks out into the bright daylight, and he's done.
Okay, so we've gone through the list. Is there anything anyone still wants to add to this? if at any point during the game itself or in between sessions you want to say, "Oh wait, I didn't think of this," just say it.
Fair.
We'll add it to the list, and we can work with that.
Yeah, because there's always the possibility of that something makes you more uncomfortable than you realise in the moment of it as well. But then that's why you've got the card system as well. So there's there's more than one way. So.
Exactly. This is those are the two main systems that I kind of want to use. You kind of know how they work now. If something bothers you, don't hesitate to say it. I'd hate to make you guys feel uncomfortable, or at least not too uncomfortable. Some discomfort's okay. And I hope everyone will have a good time. Not necessarily a fun time, but a good time. You know, it's a horror game after all. Okay, so let's move on. Let me go through my list because I made one so I wouldn't.
Well played, sir. Well played.
Lose track of everything. Okay, I guess next one that I kind of want to hear about everyone is, what are your expectations for this game? What do you think this will be? How do you want this to go? What are the sorts of things you really want that's like included in this
I
thing?
want to be horrified.
It's so easy.
Drew wants to be horrified. Let me make a note.
In brackets, turn people into chairs.
Oh, no. Okay, I'm going to put the wiki in the chat.
You've got to define that. Yeah.
I have read this story. I know what it's about.
I stepped away during all of this. I do not know what this chair that we're referencing. My mind is instantly going to the cartoon The Tick, where the guy's head was a chair.
No, this is literally
This is a living chair. This is someone who has been turned into a chair.
Yeah.
For pissing off as a meatsy.
Wow.
The Zemitsi are the flesh crafters, so they mold your body like clay and turn it into other things.
Like this? Is that the chairperson?
I honestly thought Drew had said that for a second. I was about to be like, why are you upset by that? Presumably named Arnold.
Oh.
Oh, no, yeah. Okay.
You maintain consciousness as the chair?
Oh yeah.
Yes, this thing is alive.
Okay.
Alive and aware of everything that happens to it.
Yes. It
Nice.
has thoughts and emotions, and it is forever a chair.
Oh, Arnold.
Poor Arnold,
Jesus.
indeed.
He was 6'7".
That's a big guy.
A
Not
unit.
anymore.
No, it does sound like it would be a comfy chair.
Yeah. It would
Okay.
smell though.
So Drew wants to be horrified. That's
Yes,
on my
I want to be horrified. I love the political horror and the personal horror of VTM.
Okay. Yeah,
That is what I expect.
that's kind of what I'm going for.
Yeah, I would second horror and political. You know, just like the real world.
Sounds
Ah.
spooky.
Yeah.
Well, luckily you're Camarilla, so there will be plenty of that politics around. Anyone else? Anything? If you say, "Oh, I want you to kill my character in session 2," that's completely fine to say. Or, I want, I don't know. I want to see, or I want, I don't know. I want to cry or something like that. I don't know. Just anything at all.
If you can make us cry, Seb, I will be impressed.
I was going to say it wouldn't be difficult.
Yeah.
Holding
Okay,
back tears as you.
I'd like to like have like emotional RP. That's always fun.
Yeah.
I'm down for
Okay.
that.
Character
Emotional
development is
Character
good character development in a vampire game should feel like a thing. Yeah, so I think that's fair.
Okay.
I would like to
emotional
hear
RP.
everybody attempt an American accent.
I'm not gonna lie, I was practicing in the car home.
I'm American.
Nice.
Let's hear it.
Down south, I can do down south quite well.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Okay. How about difficulty? Do you want there to be like a realistic chance that you guys perish? Do you want this to be difficult? Do you want this to be a little bit easier? What's the?
I want movie, Seb. I want.
I would want there to be stakes. Like I would want.
Yeah.
I want to feel like if it's a dangerous situation, I could die. Like.
Yeah, if this were a video game,
if it's too easy, then you kind of feel like you have plot armor.
Yeah, if this was a video game, I wouldn't want to do Birdwatcher mode. I want to be on normal mode.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, I don't want to be on hard, but normal.
I don't want it to feel impossible.
Okay, so chance that you'll die, but like it won't like multiple ticks will have to for it to. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I feel like chance that you'll die, but like not if you make one wrong move.
Yeah.
You know? A couple wrong moves and then you're on thin ice.
Stay away from my own idiocy, please.
Stay away from Karsh. That's just that's it. Apart from that, sure. No worries. Okay.
Yeah, I want to feel afraid that there's actual danger.
Like,
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Like Frost Maiden, like it wasn't like terribly hard, but we were always on constant threat of death at all points.
Characters.
Yeah, but you made stupid decisions. No one else did.
Yeah, Seb is like the king of chaos, but he stayed alive for a really long time. Drew, you're the one who kept dying.
Do you know about him as a wizard trying to ride a metal dragon and then surprisingly
Trying to be heroic.
Trying to ride an absorbing magic dragon. Like what are you?
A magic absorbing dragon.
And you were so mean to Matt when he tried to ride that eagle.
What, Drew?
To be fair, we were all very annoyed that Matt didn't die because his character was like a jock dick. He was properly showing off, and then he didn't die. We were like, for fuck's sake.
This is the giant eagle in Solenka Pass.
Oh, blimey, okay.
To get on top of it and ride it, and then subsequently fell off and survived because he is a barbarian.
Yeah.
Isn't that supposed to be like a rock and not the giant?
Yeah, it's a rock. Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah.
Okay. So, unless anyone else has something, I'll mention something here. At the moment, I don't have like a set like scenario in mind. I have certain things that I might do to you if the story fits. But I want this to be like a very player and character driven story, if that makes sense.
Sounds good.
So I kind of wanted to wait a little bit before thinking things out until I got a good idea about who your characters were.
You built yourself a sandbox in readiness.
Yeah. Well, I have the sandbox. I know how the city works. So you can go play in it. That's basically the thing.
Nothing wrong with
that. Apart from that, so currently I plan to do 10 sessions. If it goes well, you might like end up together at some point. You might have a big fight. You might do whatever. If that doesn't happen, I don't think I'll try to force that. If like your storylines don't work out that way, then well, that's just the way it goes. And who knows, we might do like another couple of sessions after that to see if it ever happens or not. We'll see. The story doesn't necessarily have to end there. We can do a season 2 of sorts and handle it that way. But your story, you're basically in charge of your story, and well, to a certain extent, I will throw things at you, of course,
Yes, fair
and
enough.
give you a little bit of guidance along the way. but you guys will be determining your story in this session, and in the session next week I will have with the anarchs during your character creation. Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
don't
this
want
is-
you to do this for your player characters that you have in your head. You don't want us to do.
What? Sorry, can you...
Sorry. No, is there anything you definitely don't want us to include in our player character creations? Like, is there anything? Like,
You can do
don't-
whatever you goddamn want. If you guys want to move off the map and go into the deep sea, just
Let's go.
sail away from San Francisco. We will have a pirate adventure on the ocean. That's completely fine with me.
Pirate vampires? Oh my god.
Oh, there are pirates.
Yeah,
vampires.
Little Sombra are very well known to be pirates.
There was
Also-
a young adult book
also-
called Vampirates
Yeah.
that I love.
Also, not a lot. Like, the sea is horrifying. Not
It
only
is.
in real life, but also in Vampire. There are supplements I can use for this. They exist. If you do this, I will throw them at you, please.
So,
I have strong feelings on the sea and how terrified I am of it.
yeah,
Hey,
we
me
grew
too.
up near Loch Ness, so we have been
Oh,
conditioned to fear the open water because it is full of terrifying, scary creatures.
It's true.
Yeah.
Apart from that, you can do whatever you like. And we will
Don't
see where
attack
the story...
Mhm.
What?
Don't attack
Do not-
Harsh.
Well, if you want to attack cars, sure, but your story will be very brief.
Very short story.
Like I am not responsible if you do something stupid. That's,
Shit.
like if you do something stupid, you will suffer the consequences. That's what I can promise you.
Stay in the
tavern.
tavern, guys. Stay in the tavern.
Like that's basically like the one guy that I'm 100% sure, like he can kill you, like without
And he will.
blinking. And I have made him in here as an NPC, and he is terrifying.
Oh, no. He exists.
Just don't throw like an antediluvian at us. That would be terrifying as well.
Let me think. An antediluvian won't happen. They're childer, maybe. Well,
What?
if you've read through the lore sheets, you know there's at least one of them around. At least. And that's so for the people that don't know, the antediluvians are monstrous creatures that were basically the founders of each of the clans that you will be picking.
Third generation.
Yeah, they are very old vampires that are very, very, very powerful. And one of their children, like a fourth generation, is around somewhere in the bay, as you might have read in the lore sheets. But we will,
In the bay.
In the general area.
in the bay area, yeah.
Okay,
in the
like in the water, just in the bay.
Just chilling on a rubber dinghy, like yeah.
Well,
Uh,
maybe vampires don't need to breed, so he could be in the bay. That's not not a limitation for vampires. Okay, I think that's basically all that I had to say about this. Unless you guys have any questions or remarks or...
no,
Anything about
think
San
so.
Francisco itself? As in, do I need a general understanding of how the city works and its layout?
That's all in the
Yeah,
lore
map
sheets.
quest pulled up.
Is that all in
Yeah.
the... Okay, because
Yeah.
my understanding of San Francisco has come from the Princess Diaries first movie, and that's it. That's all I know.
So, you guys are anarchs. So
Yeah.
you guys won't actually be in San Francisco itself. You will be
Okay.
across the bay, in the anarch territory, probably in the city of Oakland. Although we can be flexible. That's next week.
Yeah, we're not even allowed in San Francisco, right?
No.
No,
rude.
we are not. Under Karsh's rule, there are no anarchs allowed in the city. Which I am sure won't come up at all.
Naughty children allowed.
But if you want to get
reserved to your naughty corner.
Yeah. Apart from that, I'm also like not an expert on the city of San Francisco. I've been there once, so I will be pulling from just general city knowledge and spice it up with some things I know about San Francisco along the way. I am not like an expert on the city itself, so yeah, that's what you'll have to deal with. Anything else? Or does that answer your question, I guess, Jess? Or
it puts my mind at ease on that.
you do not need to know anything about the city. We will make it work.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
We don't have to have a Jason Carl-esque knowledge of the city.
No, not at all. Actually, just because I'm curious, has anyone been there?
No.
Like once.
I think I'm the same once. Long
I
time
went
ago.
to Disneyland and hung out with like some friends, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
In San
I've been
Francisco.
there once, and I was 18, which is like 10 years ago. So, yeah. Okay, I guess that's where we can take a break. Anarchs, I will say goodbye to you now, but if you want to stick around, you can.
Get out of here! Get out of here!
Well, we're clearly
Unless
not
you're-
wanted, so we're going.
More than willing for a boon, if you wish to say.
No, that's fine. If it's your character creation, so
Yeah.
I'll dip out.
Yeah, and then we will go through yours next week.
Seb, one last question while we do have everybody here.
Yep.
How the way you want to play this? Is it that you want to have 2 session zeros and then a week to give yourself some time, or do you want to go straight into things after that?
Let's see how this goes. Gut feeling is I just want to jump straight into it. I'm too excited.
No problem. Well, you can work through it as you need, but you have got options if you don't feel like you have to jump if you don't need to.
And then the plan is every other week, like Camarilla, and then the other weeks will be Anarch.
I'm gonna obviously try and be around and just keep my mouth shut on the Anarch weeks, if that makes sense. But just purely to record it
for the recording. Yeah.
On that front, I'm the impartial nobody.
And then you get like a live audience thing. It's like streaming on Twitch, except it's more personal.
I'm just gonna have it sitting here with popcorn and just watching.
If you can't make it on our weeks, James, I can always try and record. It won't be as good as yours.
It can be, Joe, because there's basically you can see there's another me in here. I can give you access to that person, but and you can record it. Yeah, that's true. We might have a practice or have a chat about that. Yeah, that's fair. That's another option. Good plan.
Cool.
Okay. In that case, we will take a little break, get ourselves a little refreshment, and then we'll start character creation.
Excellent.
See you tomorrow, everyone.
Well, it was really nice to meet you, Anna. Hopefully, I'll see you again.
Bye. Nice to meet you.
And then I will put the San Francisco music back on.
Yay!
The Camarilla came to power in the city of San Francisco in the late 1800s. Its praxis enveloped the whole Bay Area, from San Jose to the south all the way to Santa Rosa. The prince of the city was one Vannevar Thomas, who came to power in the city that had grown larger after the gold rush. When the Anarch movement started in Los Angeles in the 1940s, the Free States moved up north alongside the coast, approaching the city, but through solid leadership, the camarilla of San Francisco prevailed, landing on the front line of the conflict between Anarchs and camarilla. Heavy tension around San Jose and the East Bay area ensued. When San Francisco became the center of the counterculture during the Flower Power movement of the 60s and 70s, Anarch populations grew, in particularly around the area of Haight-Ashbury. For a time, Prince Vannevar reluctantly accepted the Anarchs into the city, but when their numbers grew too large and their population too violent, he offered up a compromise: the East Bay, with the then smaller cities of Oakland, Fremont, Berkeley, and Richmond, would be given to the Anarchs, free of camarilla interference, as long as they stayed out of the city proper and San Jose. This fortified his position within San Francisco and in the upcoming Silicon Valley to the south, where he installed his child, Stephen Workman, as a puppet prince. Vannevar could not have foreseen that the proximity to Silicon Valley and the port of Oakland would make the city just as valuable as San Francisco itself. During the 80s and 90s, immigration brought the Quajin, mysterious vampires from the east, to the shores. Their numbers and unknown powers surprised the prince, and soon he felt he lost more and more ground to the unknown vampires. These unknown vampires eventually established a government, known as the New Promise Mandarinate, and in collaboration with some of the Anarchs, they managed to beat the Camarilla back, reducing their numbers and powers greatly. Vannevar was deposed and replaced with eventual upstart Jochen van Nuys, who in turn got deposed and replaced with a eventual elder named Sarah Winder. She used unusual tactics to beat back the New Promise Mandarinate, including mass embraces at a certain point, but when the beckoning called away their oldest members, all seemed doomed, at least until Karsh showed up. The warlord of the Camarilla, survivor of 1,000 battles, and the faithful hound to the Camarilla leadership, Karsh arrived in 2017 at the behest of the Inner Circle to get rid of the bothersome New Promise Mandarinate once and for all. It took a couple of months. Countless Camarilla died, since the Quajin did not go down without a fight. But eventually, the Quajin and their Anarch allies were driven off or killed outright. But as Karsh stood in the wreckage of the Camarilla of San Francisco, he saw no one left was fit to rule. He declared himself as Prince Pro Tempore, Prince for the time being. So far, the Inner Circle have let the Camarilla warlord play Prince. After all, Karsh is a terrifying person to say no to. But there might be a time when that their attack dogs services are needed elsewhere. The war between the Camarilla and the New Promise Mandarinate did have its consequences. The Second Inquisition, already primed and ready after several high-profile strikes in cities like London, Paris, and Vienna, took notice and started raiding the weakened Camarilla population. Karsh saw no other option but to introduce something of a military dictatorship. Him and his lieutenants serve as judge, jury, and executioner, and every tradition is enforced to draconian extents. When a lot of kindred moan and suffer under his rule, Karsh does seem to have done the impossible, as the SI rates, Second Inquisition rates, have remarkably lowered in recent years. His rule is harsh, but effective. And that is the setting you will play.
Excellent.
Nice.
Okay, sorry if that was boring.
No.
wrote this during like my break at noon, and it was it was a little bit longer than I hoped it would be, but there we go.
All good.
Maybe just a little bit of extra lore context, as our characters may have been around during this. The Beckoning, at some point, I think it was like around 2012 or shortly afterwards.
Yeah, something like that.
It was like called away, isn't it? Like the powerful.
Yes, a lot of the older vampires, elders and older, felt this compulsion, this need to go to the Middle East and to fight against something.
Something that is still unexplained.
Yeah, something that.
So they're known they're missing, but we don't know why.
We know that they've gone in that general direction, and nothing has really been heard from them since. And it's where the Sabbat, I believe, have
gone
they've kind of left their territories all across the world and moved to the Middle East. So there is something going on there that no one really knows what's really going on. There are a lot of theories, like there's antediluvians there that are just draining all of their children to eventually end the world, maybe.
A process.
For every one story, there's 15 others probably. But
that makes sense.
But yeah, that's kind of the thing. Not all elders were called back, at least in my version. Like a large part. For example, in this version, Karsh is unaffected somehow. There are other elders in other cities that are still around, but for the most part, like the city's population are now ancilla, neonates, and fledglings. So elders are less of a thing. Karsh is actually one of the few ones that are still left here. Apart from that, let me think. Oh yeah, your characters, like this is like a guideline I gave you guys. They should have probably been embraced within the last 100 years or so. Let's say end of World War II until now. Like that's the time period. Like you guys probably were embraced. If you like, partially because of the beckoning, like it's a little bit more difficult to go much older than that. Otherwise, you might have felt the call. Blah 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 blah. So, did anyone have an idea for their character already?
Little bits and bobs, I think, is probably the honest truth.
Okay, well, let's hear it. Throw it to the table.
Well, yeah, I mean, my thing of wanting to play the equivalent of the Highlander is definitely in but no, basically an antique dealer that sort of made his way down the centuries trying to keep himself doing a thing, but he's not as old as that in that one. But yeah, he every so often faked his death and try to keep what he had and keep out of certain things. Or on that front, I was also thinking that it would be maybe someone that did play more of a part at one point, but got jaded with the thing, and now is having to come back for some reason. Might be a hook or something along those lines with it. But
okay, so
early point.
Played a role. You mean in the camarilla, or is...
or something, whatever works. Honestly, Seb, is I like the idea of that it's someone that has been on the outskirts of it for a while and has had to come back in for reasons on that front. But that might be also partly to do with the choice of which group he's from. Should we put it in that way? But we'll see.
Okay, so I'm guessing you'll have like a sort of antique shop or something around.
Yeah, I would hope. Yeah, something. A little place that he keeps what he's got left that he's managed to keep through his time. Probably. Yeah, from back in World War II onwards. If he'd be as old as we can make him.
So he collects artifacts. Does he sell them as well? Or...
Yeah, he's had to make money over the years, and he's sold bits of what he's collected. But yeah, I think he's a bit of a collector, and has been able to make a living out of it, or a decent enough.
So is this like more like a private collection, like something high end of like high end antiques that he sells, or is this more like your antique shop down there?
Oh, that's a good point. I thought it was more the little antique shop, is the honest truth. But maybe the collection he has in private is a little bit more more
Little
interesting.
shop of horrors.
Yeah.
I like that. The back room with the real stuff.
So he sells junk in the front room, but like down in the back room, there's
actually useful, actually a bit more interesting stuff. Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
And I don't know how creepy it is, but yeah. But we'll
Do
work
you
on the
already
level.
have a name for this character? Because I'm gonna try to make like a coterie map.
Yeah, fair enough. On that one, I was stealing Ramirez as a start point for a name, but we'll see if that sticks for now.
Let's say Latin descent, or because Ramirez is kind of like a Spanish sounding
name. Yeah, yes, quite possibly is the honest truth. I hadn't thought that far through it, barring that it was a Highlander reference. But yeah, we'll take that. But then Sean Connery played him, so it's it can be anything.
Great. Okay.
So Egyptian, he should be Egyptian. Yeah.
Ooh, maybe one of the ministry.
Very possible, yeah.
Ooh.
Antique dealer. That's
Yeah.
pretty good. Okay. Anyone else?
Who wants to go first?
You go, Drew.
Okay, so I have 1,000,001.
Maybe I'll go.
Maybe
Stop, Drew. Stop.
Maybe let's start with one. One might be good to start with.
So the one I feel like I'm more leaning to, either a former police officer or private investigator from like the 1920s, dealt with more of the weird and wonderful cases like cult leaders, serial killers, and occult murders.
Okay.
Ended up getting a little bit too close to the truth, whether that was a test or by accident. I haven't quite decided.
I don't know.
Fell in to being embraced with the Tremere.
Okay. So you want to go?
They're the Tremere,
Yeah.
they're the magic-y ones, aren't they? Or the
Yeah.
Yes and no. So they are mainly magic based, but they're like a mini organization within an organization. They have their core group of like sorcerers.
Gotcha.
And then they have like enforcers and admin people and things that can do all the other
Admin
stuff.
people.
Yeah.
Admin people.
Admin people of the immortals.
Yeah.
Sorry, Drew, you have to go by HR first, and then you need to
That would be
make
me.
make sure your insurance is like filled out and anything. Just before you can enter the chantry and do your magic, you first need to make sure all the paperwork's like worked out. Yeah.
The perfect backstory.
So much admin.
Yeah.
So much admin. That's what it's about.
Okay, so 1920s.
Yeah.
Like, what age do you think he was embraced at?
I don't know yet.
So, do you want him to be embraced in the 1920s, or do you want him to have lived through that?
Probably raised. I don't want him to be like too old. Yeah.
Okay, we can think on that.
Impressionable, I think.
Yeah. Let's say if you're stuck on something and you don't quite know what way you want to go, you can always throw it to the group, right? This is sort of a group exercise in that way as well.
That's fair enough.
And we can work together.
Yeah.
Except it's more fun. So yeah, we can work something out as a group and figure like 4 heads are better than one, right? So
yeah. So I'm feeling this is someone who has gone through the rigidity of the pyramid and then having to deal with the pyramid no longer being there. So again, a lore context. The Tremere essentially worked like a giant pyramid scheme, and you were all bound to the people above you through blood bonds and things like that. But when the second Inquisition destroyed essentially their headquarters, the Chantry in Vienna, that suddenly ended. The pyramid was gone, all of those bonds were suddenly broken, so it kind of scattered the Tremere.
They were far more powerful in their past, isn't it?
Yeah. And especially in San Francisco, because some stuff happened here. Like there's no main chantry in San Francisco anymore because it burned out during like the war with the New Promised Mandarinates. Like there are no elders left really. Like there's, as far as I can remember, only one Tremere vampire left in the city itself. But there's like a hidden chantry that no one knows about to the south of San Francisco. And there's like among the Anarchs there are some Tremere left.
There's a couple of Ipsissimus, isn't there?
Yeah, Ipsissimus, and there's one that used to be part of the chantry but like isn't allowed in because they think he's a traitor, and there's like some story there.
Family drama.
There's
That's what you tuned in for, family drama.
But yeah, I want to go not magic-y Tremere. I want to go more investigator, like shadow broker. They sell information, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Do you have a name?
I don't yet. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, so someone who's definitely played with the hierarchy of the camarilla, someone who knows how to play the game.
Okay.
With your lore knowledge, Drew, that's probably a very very fair that you take that thing. That's why I kind of wanted to go for someone that's been on the outside of it for a bit and is having to come back in just because I don't know enough of the lore.
I mean, there are vampires that are just like, okay, I don't care about all of this. Just leave me alone as much as possible. Like, do the bare minimum and like exist. And as long as they don't like break too many laws, they're usually fine. Sort of.
Yeah, as long as you don't hunt in the wrong territory, they tend to be.
Yeah, you tend to be fine. Well,
yeah.
Yeah, but I wanted to leave it with that there was at least hooks for why he's having to come back into, well, whatever this story part is of the mainstream. You've got to leave. I don't want it to be. I don't want to be the loner guy that doesn't think. I just want to make it that he's got options for why he may not know the exact things of the way some of the things go in the camera. Or it's like my knowledge is a bit out of date at the moment. Not been around for a while.
Nice.
Maybe
doing my own thing.
Have recently reclaimed your territory. Just walked up and said, "This is ours."
Or another way you could go is that you were a torpor.
Yeah,
maybe you were.
Yeah. But then you're literally out of thing. Yeah, that's That's I'm not against that as much as I thought I would be for a moment.
Maybe you were the thing in the back room.
Nice.
Yeah. Maybe you were in one of those like ancient Egyptian sarcophagi that you keep somewhere in your back room, and all that time, like maybe
you just had like a ghoul or something running your shop.
Well, a ghoul needs regular blood, right? But maybe like a family member, or I don't know. Maybe your son is now like 60 years old and he's like running your shop, while like you're basically there. I don't know. Like,
and he realized to let me out at some point. I'm not against it. I'm definitely not against it as possibilities. Why he's he's been back for a while, but he's not in mainstream for a while. That might be the better way of doing it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we can all suggest things, but in the end, it's you that needs to play your character.
Yeah, anything that's thrown out, I will certainly listen to on that one. I'm not against any of that yet, if that makes sense. So we'll see. Okay. I just don't want it to have so little hook that I want it to pull properly, so that you
don't worry about the hooks. We will take care of that.
Oh.
Okay, Bex, I guess.
Yeah. Cool.
You're up next.
Normally I play characters that are like a lot like me. They just take on like a specific aspect of my personality and amplify it. But when we played our one-shot of Vampire, I played a horrible bitch, and it was so much fun. So, I'm gonna kind of stick with that to an extent. I'm thinking turned in the 80s and was a bit of like a hotshot businesswoman at the time, up and coming in some kind of tech or marketing or something.
Very possible. Silicon Valley is just like
literally on the corner.
I'm not sure how many kilometers away, but
yeah. So I'm thinking that turned in the 80s, and I'm just thinking of La Sombra, so quite ruthless, and that's what they kind of saw in her. And I think she would like want to. Doesn't necessarily understand everything in terms of the history because she's quite new to it, but would want to climb the ladder and would definitely be like looking to move up and be part of it.
Okay. You know the La Sombra's bane, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So
yeah,
technology
I do.
doesn't
Yeah.
work with them.
Okay, well, could I kind of like make her a little bit eccentric and be like, no, she actually only has, bizarrely for a like tech person, she has an assistant that does a lot of stuff, but when she has a meeting, she has it in person.
Okay. No, that totally works. It's just like if you were like a tech CEO or very techy,
Maybe we go marketing.
Marketing, sure. You're an advertising executive. That's great.
Where do they? Where, I've forgotten, Seb. Where do they all stand on tech with this? Do they? Is it like? Isn't it? Do they have their own internet thing, or are they shunning it all? Like, where are we? I can't remember where it sits.
They used to, but that's what caused the Second Inquisition.
So there used to be like something called ShrekNet, which was basically like a dark
web.
Dark net. Yeah, a dark net that like was only used by Kindred but was decrypted by the Second Inquisition. Now there are people that are trying to rebuild that, coincidentally within this setting.
Interesting. Because Silicon Valley being where it is as well.
Silicon Valley, yes. There are There are Nosferatu, there are Ipsissimus Tremere that are very much into like technomancy and techno like wizardry. Okay. That's all a thing.
Talking my language.
Yeah, not necessarily in San Francisco itself, but a little bit more to the south. But that's a thing that's
okay. Something to think about.
Regarding La Sombra, if you were turned in the 80s, this would be before the La Sombra turned to the camarilla. So that's not a problem. We can make that work. I
was thinking like either La Sombra or like just or Ventru. Like those are my two that I was going between.
If you want to play La Sombra totally works. We just need to get a little bit creative about who your sire was and how like he was connected to the camarilla. That's just all that's necessary there. That's not at all a problem if you like La Sombra. They're my favorite clown, so it's
They are amazing. The second you said you wanted to go to La Sombra, I was like, okay, I'll move my La Sombra concept to the side. It is great. I love them.
Yeah, they look quite cool. It's terrible. I saw like all the descriptors, and I was like, they sound awesome, and I was like, wait, they're turncoats and traitors. Oh well.
And for a long time, they were the bad guys.
Yeah. Well, Sabat in theory, isn't it? Or they were, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. My understanding's not too far off.
Yeah, not everybody in the city likes La Sombra. There are a good amount of them in this setting, but they might still be looked at as like, are they really here to join us, or are they just waiting to stab us in the back?
Nice.
And if you know La Sombra, that's like kind of a thing they would do.
Yeah. So, I think she's definitely a nepotism baby as well. Like her position came from like her parents had her dad like owned a company or something, and that's how she got it originally. But she's ruthless.
Okay, so you're kind of like an heiress to like a powerful like an executive company or something.
Yeah. Fully believes she deserves it, but it's definitely nepotism, baby. So
maybe your sire took all of that away from you.
oh no.
Pre kindred. That's what I love about the La Sombra is.
Oh yeah, I did read that they're like
they ruin the people's life.
They literally destroy you. Like they have this kind of
initiation
sense that you need to have walked the abyss, like so close to the edge of darkness, and survived for just to be a part of the La Sombra. You need to have had that experience. So yeah, a sire will go through the process of literally destroying everything in your life before even making themselves known.
Oh, it's like playing Curse of Strahd all over again.
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome back.
Hey, do you have a name for your horrible bitch marketing executive?
I'm working with Clarissa. It felt very 80s. I'm going with it.
Clarissa. Okay.
Yeah.
What clan were you thinking of doing, James?
Me, yeah, I'm. That's more of a struggle. I just don't know. Seb is the answer on that one. I'm completely open to anything on that one.
Okay, we will get to that when we get to your embrace, and then we will. I will give you a couple of options, and we can go from there.
Yeah, I'm completely open to it. I want it to be something that makes sense, that they would want to keep with the status quo of the camarilla and and things on that front. So I'm not against any of that. So he wants to keep what he's got and keep it hidden, but we'll be dragged into whatever's going on.
Okay. So then, now that we have that, we can kind of move on to the actual character creation. Normally, you should all be able to open your sheet under actors and NPCs. Can everyone navigate to that?
Yeah, all good.
Okay. So we will start with like your human lives. Who were they as a person when they were still alive? Before they were embraced, before everything went to absolute shit. That's basically where we will start this off. And we will have a look at what attributes your character had. So normally you should all be able to see a screen with like a test vampire character sheet on it.
Mm-hmm.
On the screen.
Oh, I see nothing.
No, it's all right. I'll change that now, Seb. I can sort that out for you. It'll make more sense to the rest of them now.
There we go.
There we go. Got it.
Oh, why are they Zamitsi?
He knew. Are we creating chair guy now? Right now?
No, please no.
Change it from Test Vampire to Arnold. Do it.
Oh no!
I cannot do that right now. Like, I'll have to go way around.
There's gonna be Arnold references every week. Oh no!
He's just gonna have a cameo in every episode.
What do you think's in the antique shop? Yeah.
Maybe
Zamitsi. Are you a Zamitsi?
Oh no!
That would fit. That would
actually be a great fit because they have to have the earth of their home. They're essentially the stereotypical Dracula. They need the earth of where they're from to sleep. Yeah.
And that's why he's so obsessed with his little shop.
Yeah,
they're
all about signing his own death warrant.
Yeah, and they're also like they're known as the Dragons because they like to own shit.
Old stuff.
Oh nice.
Like, my God!
Like they like to look at it and like, oh, I like that's mine now. Like that's kind of what they do. They like
excellent.
They're like
come Arnold.
They're sort of like the third side to the triangle of like power-hungry vampires, I guess. You have Ventru who like to
Ventru like to be obeyed. L'Assemble like to win.
Yeah.
Zemiti like to control.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, interesting. Okay.
I mean,
I'm not gonna.
An idea. So we'll start with your attributes. Each of these you will be able to give a dot rating. First, you might want to unlock your character sheet on the top left. Otherwise, you won't be able to fill in the little dots. So we will start with what your character was best at in life. That one you will give 4 dots. Like in case of this test vampire, that was stamina. But it might be different for your vampire. What did your vampire really excel in?
Oof.
This is not quiet working time. This is you can talk this out if you want.
I don't know if in manipulation or like resolve. It's tricky.
Yeah, if you want more explanation about what these things are, well, one, there's more explanation on the drive, but I can also just tell you if you want. So strength is basically your physical strength, how much you can lift, how hard you can hit, how much force you can exert over your dead body. Dexterity is agility and grace, how swift you are, how quick you are. You have stamina, which is your physical resistance, how much you can take a punch, basically. You have charisma, which is your charm, grace, sex appeal. It's like, your pure force of charisma, basically. Yeah. Manipulation is your ability to convince others, to basically your ability to make others do what you want. Composure is your ability to remain calm. You can kind of look at it as your social defense, but it's also, for example, what a lot of gunplay is centered around. A lot of, I think the standard combat role for guns is composure firearms, because you need to remain, how do you say, remain
calm, tactical,
properly
focused.
Focus, yeah. Then you have intelligence, which is your ability to reason, research, logic. Wit is thinking quickly on your feet and reacting to little information. And then you have resolve, which is basically your determination and your focus, your ability to focus on a specific thing. For example, if you were to do a sniper rifle shot, it might be resolve plus firearms, for example, because you need to focus on a specific target really far away. That's more like resolve rather than composure.
Oh, where to go?
Yeah, choices. They're all good. I want 4s in everything.
Yeah. I'll take 3 4s, thank you.
Yeah, I'm assuming I'm right. It's 1 4, yes? Is that correct?
Yeah, 1 4.
No.
4 is basically you are great at something. If you want a specific breakdown, you can find it on the drive under 02 attribute skills and specialties. And there you have a specific breakdown of what each dot rating basically means. But basically 1 is below average, 2 average mortal, 3 you're pretty good, 4 is you're great, and then 5 is Olympic level in something.
I think I'm going to go manipulation.
That fits very well with you, with your character, yes.
Yeah, it's got to be a mental stat. I can't imagine it's a strength dex thing with this guy. It's got to be on the maybe intelligence or wits. Yeah. Yeah, maybe
I always
charisma,
find it so hard to play
yeah,
intelligent.
Yeah, maybe it could be chatty because of having to be able to sell stuff.
It could also be convincing people to buy other shit, in which case it would be more manipulation.
That's fair. That is fair. It could be, yeah.
Or give their shit to you if you were a civilian.
Give me what you have, yes. I will hoard it all.
What are you thinking, Drew?
I don't know. Either I'm torn between composure, resolve, and intelligence.
Good choices.
Yeah.
Intelligence sounds like a good shout for like a PI kind of guy.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go intelligence. What do I go resolve?
I like playing dumb characters. It's so hard to play ones with intelligence, especially after foot gloves.
Okay. James?
I don't know. Charisma, I think possibly because I don't want to double up. Is the honest truth.
Sure.
Actually, I'm gonna go with resolve. Sorry.
Cool.
Yeah,
You are?
I'll go resolve.
Fair enough.
You can go intelligence if you want, James. That's up to you. I have no problem with doubling up, by the way. If two of you want to be Tremere, if two of you want to be La Sombra, that's completely fine.
Yeah, it's just I don't like doubling up when I don't know, the gamer in me is like, no, let's move the dots to other places.
All of the party rolls.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with intelligence. I think I'm gonna go intelligence because rather than the chatty guy, I think I'll go intelligence just in case. I think
Now
I can do cold and calculating. I think.
Nice. Now that we've picked your best stats, now we will go on to your worst stats. This is one where you will only have one dotted. This is something that you are or were bad at. This is your living person, by the way. Like, you might be able to boost this later by spending experience to improve this.
That is going to be strength, isn't it? Strength dump stat.
You always have strength.
Too. I've actually got good strength when we play Carbon.
Yeah, you can't dump decks. It's just it doesn't work in D&D.
Not sensible.
I think I'm gonna dump charisma. Yeah.
That's a decision. I guess if we're gonna be chatty, then we'll be alright.
Yeah, might be like a hard-boiled detective that might not just.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be nice to people. He just needs to get the information.
I think I might dump stamina just to be the weak,
Okay, love it.
the weak creepy guy from the end.
Nice.
Yeah, I might go that way.
Perhaps you were even like a little bit sickly or something before you were turned.
I might change the token unpick, but yeah, I might go.
I mean, that's also like
he could be older. That's true. He could be very old. Interesting. Yeah, it can be Yoda. Brilliant. Okay.
I mean, you choose what you play, of course, but it's
I'm feeling it all out. Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, and then you can pick. You pick 4 attributes at 3 dots. These are things that you're good at. So you're not like great at them, but you're pretty good at these.
Resolve. Intelligence. What was wits again?
The dots that you were like debating earlier, you can now just put like 3 dots.
3 dots in it. Yeah,
you're still good at these. Yeah.
Sorry, 3 lots. Seb, was it 3 lots of 3?
4 of 3.
4 lots of 3. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, this guy's gonna be so weak.
Yeah, I've noticed that
I've just realised what I've done. But yeah, okay.
I've got no like just one dot that whole left side.
He's gonna so
not a
relax.
combat simulator. It's
Yeah, that's true.
You can go many different ways.
Why?
This can be a
Why
completely
would you
social
attack an
game.
little old man? Why?
Nice. What was wits again? Sorry.
Wits is your ability to think on your feet, to
improvise.
notice things, improvise, your intuition in certain ways.
Okay.
Yeah, I've gone 3 dots in all the charismas and wits, and the strength and dex is still nothing. Okay.
Yeah. I've got 4 in manipulation, 3 in that whole right column, 3 in charisma, and then 1 in something else.
Yeah, I went strength, stamina, composure, and intelligence.
Okay.
Strength, stamina, composure, and intelligence. Okay. And then resolve is 4, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then the rest are all at 2 dots. So these should be 3 stats that are left.
Composure, strength, and dex. Okay.
Dex, manipulation, and wits.
Push Drew in front.
Yeah, we'll push him in front and then run.
Squishy Tremere, no.
Oh no, the Anoks are just gonna be like ground pounders, aren't they? Oh god.
The Bruja.
Why are they attacking us again? I can't recall anymore.
Oh, I should have gone thin blood. They can just fire out sunlight.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh yeah. If you are part of like a Sabbat cult, yeah, then you can.
Yes.
But that's a different story. Okay, so now based on these, we will determine your health and your willpower.
Uh-oh.
Your health, very easy. It's your physical constitution. It's how healthy you are. You all know D&D. You know how this works. Then you also have your willpower, which basically is your mental health in some way. Let's say you lose like an open debate in the middle of Elysium. Elysium is like basically the vampire court that congregates every so often. Like losing something there, like in front of like a lot of people, might give you some shame. You might take some willpower damage in that case. But you can also spend your willpower to re-roll a certain amount of dice willingly, which means it goes down. I think you also roll willpower to resist frenzy, to resist falling into like your bestial state where you have no control over yourself, and you roll willpower to stave off that urge. So your health will be determined by your stamina plus 3.
Stamina plus 3. Okay.
So in your case, James, this means 4.
Yeah. So I'm the lowest number it could be. I understand.
Yeah. You do this by pressing the minus and plus buttons here. And then you just make sure you have the amounts of boxes that your health. So in your case, it will be 4 boxes. In the other's case, it will probably be more.
I've only got 5, don't worry.
These young'uns today.
I'm at least 3 or 4 decades older than you.
Yeah, fair played. Well played. What did you say, Sonny?
So once you've done that, you will move on to willpower, and that is equal to your composure plus your resolve. So in case of the test vampire, it's 6 because he has 3 composure and 3 resolve.
Cool.
Then we will move on to the next one. which is your skills? So these are basically like what you're good at. So these are, apart from like your intrinsic abilities, these are things you learned along your in your life, basically. Let me see how much I have to put into everything. So you can go about this a couple of different ways. We will go like very like in the way that you get the most odds. Think about the profession that your character had. This gives you 2 skills at 3 dots and 2 skills at 2 dots. What fits best for your character?
Sorry, say again, Seb. Sorry, I missed that part. Sorry, say again.
So you get 2 skills at 3 dots and 2 skills at 2 dots. This is based on your character's profession that it has had in real life, because this is when you had a lot of practice at. So you get some dots in those skills.
Got you. So sorry, 2 at 3 and 2 at 2. Did you say?
Yes, 2 at 3, 2 at 2.
Okay, cool. That makes.
If you have any question about any of the skills, please ask. Some of them are not necessarily quite straightforward.
I think in politics and.
I think I've got to have occult. I'm assuming occult is what I think it is. It'll be.
Yeah, occult is the mystical, the strange and unexplained.
Great.
Nice.
That's fine.
I don't do like politics and like leadership.
Finance, Seb, am I on the right lines for a hoarding Samitsi?
Finance. If you have a shop, you probably should have something in finance.
Yeah, fair. Occult's in the maybe.
You can do politics and leadership at 3, persuasion and technology at 2.
Sombra with technology.
I know. That's I
Good at it.
I love that though. Someone passes you an iPhone and you just get frustrated at it because it's not doing anything.
I know how to work it.
Someone goes to take a selfie and you're just blurred and they're fine.
Yeah. I'll tell you how to do it.
I went for firearms and investigation at 3, and awareness and streetwise at 2.
Sensible. Those sound like sensible choices.
So sorry, Seb. So intimidation, creepy intimidation, with an old man. I don't know. What's the definition in is it a physical prowess thing?
Yeah, intimidation is, well, you have many ways to intimidate someone. You can do it supernaturally in certain ways, like there are abilities that allow you to be scary supernaturally, or you can do it, by threatening their family and their it doesn't necessarily need to be a physical thing.
Yeah, fair enough. I just want this old man that suddenly turns the creep on, and
nice.
And it becomes yes.
Oh wait, what's drive? What does drive? Does drive literally mean
driving a car?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Driving a car or any other sort of vehicle, basically.
Cool.
Keep in mind these are supposed to be your your professional skills, right?
Cool.
So
yes, fair enough.
Being useful in your thing.
I'm gonna change that intimidation one to persuasion instead.
Very well.
So I've got academics, finance, occult, and persuasion.
Good call.
Then next we have life event skills. So what major life events shaped you? Did you serve in the military? Did you go through an abusive relationship? Did you win the lottery? Did you have kids? Did you get mugged and take up taekwondo? Anything at all? What's a major event in your character's life?
In life, not in in Unlife. This is before.
Yeah, no, in life. This is before. One event of this. So this gives you again one skill at 3 dots, and another at 2 dots.
Can I use like La Sombra destroying her life? Is that what?
That is a very valid one. What did that teach, Clarissa? What did she pick up there? Did she become horrified?
Maybe you bought shares in Apple and they stole them.
I mean, definitely survival. I'd say survival.
So sorry, 1
Survival
2 dot,
is
1 3
like-
dot.
Yeah. 1 3 dot, 1 2 dot. Yes.
Yeah.
So what survival is like your ability to survive in the wilderness, but also in cities, for example.
Okay.
It could be something like, oh, which dumpster can I hide in that will be sunproof enough so I don't burn to death during the day if I don't get to the thing.
Maybe not that. I like to think she wouldn't have gotten that bad. Maybe.
I do it. It's the level the La Sombra will take you to.
Yeah.
If you lived on the streets for a while, Streetwise is a good one. Or if you had to like steal, subterfuge or larceny is an option. If you had to like physically mug people, like firearms, melee.
Yeah, I was thinking firearms. She could have like had to do something like that.
Yeah, what's the life event you went through? What do you think? What was the process your sire broke you down?
That's a big question, isn't it? I would have thought like something like they took over the company that she was like that her dad owned, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like took everything away and like made them destitute completely, and then like lost her parents and stuff like that. You know, like lost everything completely.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe she could have ended up on the streets, or ended up.
She was alone and had to fend for herself.
Yeah.
And had to like fight to get like her company back. So
yeah.
You can decide how you went about that, and like that's the way you can choose your skills. If that's did she use violence? Did she?
I think firearms and intimidation, maybe then.
Oh.
Who was with a gun?
Yes.
So she actually went up to the person who would become her sire and actually, like, threatened him with his
I don't
life.
think that. I mean, like, in terms of surviving, like, she may have, like, robbed places to survive in that. Maybe not, like, quite that with this guy who's going to be a sire, but, like, to survive in the meantime.
Like, honestly, like, a La Sombra would, like, totally respect you, like, daring to come up to them with, like, a gun. Like, in my mind, that's totally something they would respect.
Maybe she did that eventually. Maybe, like, she kind of went through and lived on the streets for a bit and then was like, this is not my life. And then...
I'm done with this.
Walked right in there with a fucking gun.
and that's when they said, yes, you were ready, and they embraced you.
There we go. It's a beautiful story. This is going to be this year's Christmas hit.
Christmas tale, yes.
Okay, this is canon now. Let's go with that story.
Nice.
Drew, you picked yours, right?
I am maybe. So I picked stealth and occult. So stealth is my 3, occult is 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was some event that he maybe witnessed that drew him to join the police force. Definitely some kind of like ritualistic, maybe like a murder or something that he was a witness to.
Was he a part of a cult growing up or something?
I don't think he was. I don't want to go too heavily down the occult route because I kind of want him to not be a magic-y Tremere.
I mean, there are lots of spells that are not magical at all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be 2 seconds, guys.
No
One
problem.
second.
No
That's all
problem.
right. So yeah, I think something inspired him to join the police force that
Okay.
he witnessed. So yeah, I'm gonna go with those. Maybe.
Perhaps he, actually saw a vampire before he became like there, or saw some kind of supernatural thing that, like, basically forced him to hide for a while before he, like, came to like the understanding that no, I need to fight this, and then, or I need to protect other people, and then became like a police officer or PI or whatever you want to go with.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna say witnessed a supernatural horror. And we will determine what that was later.
Yeah, friend. Figure that one out.
I mean, there's plenty to choose from in the world of darkness.
Yeah,
That
your
is
limit now.
very, very true, but I think I already have something in mind.
Yeah.
But
What? How have you doomed us, Drew? How have we been doomed?
If it's a fucking chair, I will cry.
Just the chair.
Just come back to the shop, Drew. Just come back to the shop.
Okay. James, what did you go with? What was your traumatic or your life event?
I think this big. I don't know what it will fit into, but his big event. Obviously, is I'm going with the World War II thing. He had everything taken away from him in that, and he's never gonna go. He's never had, and that was the start of whatever fixation it was on keeping what he's got and building his little thing.
Did he come from overseas? Did he?
I'm happy for it to be
we don't
that.
want to make him a Nazi, of course, but like, do we? Like, maybe he was like, I don't know, some European, and maybe his country got overrun by the Nazi regime. And
Yeah, maybe you had to flee the occupation.
Fair, yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely not against any of that. That would also make sense that my accent will be nowhere near American, so enough. So yeah, that would definitely work.
You could go like Polish or something. That kind of sounded correct with like the accent you were doing earlier.
True.
Or Romanian, just go full Dracula.
Yeah,
go full Dracula. Don't hold
But
back.
the Mies are really big in
Vlad the Batch was
The old country.
Yeah, no, but like,
Am I literally
like
gonna have to play
Eastern Europe,
Strahd?
that's the Mies territory. So
Yeah.
that,
yeah, that sounds good to me. Yeah, he fled with next to nothing left on his, but the clothes on his back, and eventually ended up in the new lands and and rebuilt, and kept what he got, building his little collection of chairs.
that's very, very interesting. And the Tsamis also have like some kind of faction that like is not necessarily part of the Sabbat as well, living there in Transylvania. Like Dracula's kind of there, but I think like
It's the Ordo Dracul, isn't it? Or is that?
no, Ordo
that's
is
Requiem,
Requiem.
sorry.
But you
Wrong
do
universe.
have is it old clan Tsamis? That are like kind of like, no, we don't care about the Sabbat, we do our own thing.
We're just gonna sit in our castles and
Yeah, basically.
Yes, sword
So
my
you-
castle. Yes,
Because
I will
Tsamis,
return
just
to the old land and reclaim it.
Nice.
Because just like Tsamis, La Sombra are one of the clans that were very much Sabbat. But you can be something different. That's all completely okay. Okay, so you're an expat. Or were some of you like native to the Bay Area? That's something else.
Don't think.
yeah, I think I was. which is going to be difficult because I know nothing about San Francisco.
It's movie San Francisco. It's fine.
Yeah.
I think that she would have lived there for a while, but in my head, her family are from London, just because I can do a really good, like, posh British accent that sounds really dickish. So I feel like it would work for her.
So maybe once you were turned, you were actually like sent overseas in order to like
maybe.
expand your company over there.
Maybe you were sent. Maybe you were embraced. So in the 80s, built up a company in London, but were sent overseas before London fell, and London fell while you were over here.
Oh. Okay.
Interesting.
And since you're La Sombra, I think I know who your sire will be.
Oh, nice.
And I think Drew knows who I'm talking about because he told me about him last week. So, yesterday I think even.
Oh, exciting!
The first time I ever played VTM, he was my sire.
Aww.
There you go.
So yeah, he's like not a terrible guy, but whatever.
He wasn't so bad.
No, he was not so bad. Okay, so we have like someone who fled World War II. Did you choose your skills related to this?
For now, I've put subterfuge and awareness, but I'm not sold.
That totally makes sense. You were your culture was overrun. You're always on edge, always looking for a way out. That's awareness. And subterfuge is you need to. Like
he needs to be able to do what he wants to do and get out and do things without being too obvious.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, so then we will move on to your leisure skills. What are your what are your hobbies basically? These are 3 things you can take 1 dot in. What are your hobbies? That's basically like a flavor thing you can add.
Hobbies. Is craft like tinkering or?
Craft can be anything you'd like. Anything that involves making stuff.
Yeah, I can imagine he would have something of that in from his shop
so
days.
There are a couple of things that like include like kind of larger things. Craft is one of them. These can be anything that like you make with your hands. You have let's see, academics, which is basically everything that has to do with like things you might learn at a university. Anything like history, like that kind of related. You have science, which is basically anything to do with science, but like you have different branches, of course. And performance is basically anything that has to do with like performing, like something artistic.
It's tough.
The difference between science and tech, just in general.
So, science is more like very basic. How does like physics or biology or chemistry?
Yeah, more fundamental. Okay.
Yeah, more fundamental. Technology is how do I use a phone, or how do I properly set up like a security system, or how do I properly
he knows how to set up the one in his shop. Fair enough.
take backups. Yeah, that sort of stuff.
Clarissa can direct you to do all of those things.
But making it, yes.
No, if I touch it, it'll go wrong, but I'll tell you how to do it.
I think I'm going craft, investigation, and tech right now.
Okay.
Definitely like academics.
I think I'm going to go athletics and brawl. But I'm
Nice.
not sure on the last one.
I'm gonna say drive. Academics drive. I think she likes cars. Why not?
Oh god, a Tesla would be death for you.
Yeah, you would not be able to turn on a Tesla.
No.
Yeah, like it
Just looks at them from afar.
That's a line that Seb's putting in. You would be able to turn on a Tesla.
Actually, a lot of modern cars you wouldn't be able to drive because a lot of them have like those assisted driving systems that are purely
Classic
based
cars.
on technology. You have to go with classic cars.
I like the idea of that though.
100%
That's quite cool. Like,
They're very. You couldn't even like sit in one because their very presence disrupts technology around
yeah.
them.
But I like classic cars because she's like probably quite well off, like as a businesswoman kind of person.
But likes them
And
as an
she's
art,
like
she
an
likes them as an
eccentric
art
thing.
piece. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an eccentric thing. I like classic cars, not I have to like classic cars. I wish I could have a fucking Tesla.
Okay, everyone pick?
I think so.
No, I've got one left.
I've still got one left.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go drive. I'll go drive. I'll be the driver.
Excellent.
Yeah. Don't know how we're gonna get me in a car, but we'll make it work.
We'll stick you in the boot or something.
I'd like occult. I mean, can I take occult? Does that sound make sense? I think she's just developed an interest in it.
I mean, if we've been a coterie for a while, then you'll have definitely picked up on some weirdness.
Yeah.
Maybe from the shop.
Yeah,
Maybe from the shop.
There is some creepy stuff in the shop. But
I
therefore,
like it. You should feel at home in the shop. Not a lot of technology.
I read a Sweetie character concept that was
oh god.
they ran like a museum of curiosities. Like it was just filled with like weird taxidermied creatures in little jars.
Yep. The small mummified heads. Yeah, I'm with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, to the untrained eye, it's an attraction, but all of these things were actually his creations. Like he had used fleshcraft to actually make these things.
That's what
Yeah.
craft is. That's what craft is for, isn't it?
There you go.
Sold.
You can do like because later you will get to pick a specialty if you want. You can do craft taxidermy. That's totally a thing you can do.
I'm building my own worst nightmares here.
Yeah, you really are. You're really just throwing the ideas out there. Like,
So some of the curiosities in the shop might be from my sire who did do some of that sort of stuff, maybe, or something like that. Because if I've not got
Or
that
you can
skill
do it
yet,
yourself
I
if
can
you
still do
want,
it
like
myself at that point. Maybe okay. Well, if I've been tinkering at that sort of thing, excellent. I just don't let on to anyone that that's what's going on.
Okay. So if you picked your leisure skills, you can go on with like extra skills, like something that you think, oh, this is totally missing. And you can choose, like, do you want to be a specialist or more of a generalist? If you're a specialist, you can take one skill at 4 dots, and that's it. Or you can be a generalist, in which case you can take 2 more skills at 2 dots. And 4 more skills at 1 dot.
Sorry, how many in the generalist? Sorry, say again.
2 skills at 2 dots and 4 skills at 1 dot.
Okay. I think I'm going more generalist. I think because I can't think of what he would be full on about.
It gives you more dots as well. So while your dice pools might be smaller, you will have more overall.
Etiquette, Seb? Sorry, apologies. I'm not.
Yeah, etiquettes. Yeah, how? Let me quickly read the. So is your ability to identify and respond to social conversations, conventions in the currency. So let's say, because vampires are kind of old-fashioned in many ways. Many princes, for example, might use very archaic ways to communicate. You will be able to say, okay, like at this point I should bow, and this is the way how to do it. Or maybe like to feel out social situations with people that are maybe above you or below you, and how to identify those sorts of things.
Okay. I think I might take a fair bit in that. Just I might go 2 dot in that, just because I think it might be something from his old homeland or something that gives him some.
Sounds
Really
useful
quick,
for sure.
because
It sounds useful, yeah. And then 4 1 dots. Okay. I want all the dots. Need more dots.
I want all the dots.
Yeah.
What do we have to do? Who do we have to kill off to get more dots? Yeah.
Hold on. Kill the Anarchs, do you get their dots?
If you eat them, you might get some free dots.
There we go.
Oh, hang on.
Come on, guys.
Can I sell the other idea? We turn them into furniture instead.
Perfect. Drew's just so unhappy.
I know.
No.
I only say it to
No.
wind him up. It's good.
I mean, if you really want to do it, it's fine.
No,
I'll just
I am only joking.
Like turn them into a chair, I guess.
I've got my mummified heads in the antique shop. I'm fine with that. That'll be my level. That'll be no problem.
Got plenty of mummified heads for now.
Yeah. And my hoard, whatever that is.
Oh, I don't know what I want. Okay. So
What have you
it's
got?
two at 2 and 4 at 1.
Yeah, 2 at 2, 4 at 1. Yeah, that's what I've gone and done.
Give me a moment.
That's all right. So I think I've gone larceny at 2 and insight at 2.
Nice. I have neither of those at all, so
I went streetwise, bit of science, medicine, and politics. I went down
Nice.
that road.
Yeah.
cool. I've gone for what have I gone for?
Etiquette at 2, and what was the other one? There's just dots everywhere now. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember which ones are from which. Oh yeah, so I went stealth and subterfuge at 2, etiquette, awareness, performance, and streetwise at 1.
Okay.
Okay, so my 1 dots, melee, survival, subterfuge, and persuasion, and then my 2 are larceny and insight.
Nice.
Okay. So that's it for your skills.
Excellent.
But now we need to work something out. Do any of you have academics, craft, performance, and science?
I have academics and craft, and science.
I have academics, performance. What were the other ones? Sorry.
Academics, craft, performance, and science.
I have academics and performance.
Okay.
I have none of those things.
You can add 3 specialties to these things. This means, for example, craft. Oh, I'm really good at taxidermy, so you get an extra die on top of that if your specialty applies. So, if you craft basically means, oh, I'm good with my hands, but I'm especially good at taxidermy.
Gotcha.
Right? So you do that by pressing the add under specialties, also on your first sheet, and then adding your specialty in accordance to a specific skill. In these 4 skills, it will be specifically the skill that it's related to. And you will also gain 1 free specialty in like another of your skills. It doesn't have to be any of those 4. But it could be, for example, intimidation, torture, or firearms, specifically handguns, or melee, you're really good with baseball bats, or larceny, you're really good at lockpicking, stuff like that, you know? So you get 1 free one of those, and then in those 4 skills I mentioned, you get an additional specialty.
Oh, I only get 1. Fine.
Alright, so I get 3 there. I'll figure out what they are. But yeah, so I've got 1 for craft, 1 for academics, 1 for science. That makes sense. And what was the other one you get an extra for?
So crafts, academics, science, and performance.
Performance. Okay, I don't have performance, so I get 3 from that. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and then 1 extra one on whatever skill you want. If you have a doubt, you can throw it out to the.
So I'm so sorry. Can you run through it again? What do you, like a specialty for? I'm confused.
So a specialty is something that you're good at, like something that you would have done a lot during your life, and it's something that you get an extra die for if your specialty applies.
And it can be anything, like we're
It
putting
can
it out
be
there.
anything, but it should be sufficiently restrictive so that it doesn't apply on every roll.
Yeah. Cool.
Hmm.
What did you go for, Drew? Because you only have 1.
I'm tempted to go with. Maybe, yeah, I think I'm going to go with investigation, but with something like murder scenes be too general, or...
No, that's completely fine. Like, you can say crime scene investigation.
Okay. That is my specialty.
Nice.
Christ, I've got 4 to fill. Okay. Okay, so the craft one has got to be doing what are we doing with mummified heads? It's got to be or is it taxidermy? I suppose it might be.
You can call that taxidermy. I'm totally fine with that. Making shrunken heads as like that's fine.
Excellent. He will have that.
So I was thinking for academics, like I want to say like research. I know that's quite broad, but I mean like old books. Like if you find it in an old book.
Like
because you can't use computers.
Antique manuscripts, old manuscripts, or are you like more like researching specific things?
What did she study at university?
It's a very good question. I mean, I didn't study anything at university, so I'll have to think about that for a sec. I'll have a think. How do you say, like, what's the word, like, idiots, like Wolf of Wall Street guy, what does he do now? When they're talking to people and they're revving them up, and I hate them.
A motivational speaker. Yeah.
Motivational speaking, that kind of thing.
Sure, giving TED Talks, stuff like that. Like, you can say speaking in front of an audience, or like... yeah, how would you say that? Like,
yeah.
That's more like performance. Though.
Yeah, I was going to say, I pull on the performance.
I've got performance as well, so I need to pick one for that.
But yeah, motivational speaking would be one.
I'm going to put motivational. I'll have to think about what she did at university.
True, if you have yours, you can already start thinking about your convictions.
I only get the one.
I'll say you have to pick 2 convictions and 2 touchstones. You can pick a third if you want to, but don't have to.
For science, Seb, preservation of materials too broad, or thinking for...
For science, you can say chemistry, for example.
Okay.
Or
Biology.
Or biology, yeah. Or
yeah, biology might be the right.
Which body part fits where?
Perfect. Biology done.
I might do history, like research history, like.
Yeah, history totally works.
Yeah.
Everyone have their specialties, or not yet?
History and motivational speaking, the ultimate combination.
I need an academics and finance in my last 2. Sorry, I had 4 to go through. I've done 2 of them.
Yeah.
Oh, academics. Collector of old books. What's he doing?
Academics, you can go history as well, I suppose. You're an antique dealer. You would need to know something about history.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Sold. And then finance. What is that going to be? He wants to keep his hoard.
I mean, it doesn't have to be finance. It can be anything you want out of this, right?
Ah, right. Yeah, it can be any. Yeah, it can be anyone. I'm going to put that as a question mark and come back to it for now.
Yeah. We can totally come back to that later.
Yeah. At least I know there's one left there to go. There's for a random thing. Cool.
So now I want you to look at what's your mortal characters. What are their ethical values? What are their core beliefs? What are their like the values that make them who they are? And you need to pick 2 of those. At least 2. You can pick more if you...
Where is this, Seb? Sorry, where are we looking on the sheet? Sorry.
Oh, this is actually not on this part. I will quickly move you guys over. Sorry.
Okay.
This is on...
Description?
Yeah. This is on page 5... So, description, yeah.
Oh, I am blind. I have no tokens on this screen.
Hang on 1 second. We'll fix that.
You have to teach me how to do this, James.
Yeah. We'll it's the thing you realise there's there's other things to go. No problem.
So it's here under touchstones and convictions. For now, just put your convictions down. What are your close-held beliefs that are, make your character who they are?
Yeah, we won't have the clan Bane section just yet because we haven't chosen a clan at the top.
That's for later.
Yeah.
So 2 convictions, correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you thinking? What are the...
What I have, I must keep uncovered. Is definitely on one of them.
Yeah, that works. That totally works.
I deserve power and will work to get it.
Yeah. That works as a conviction.
Self-preservation in a world filled with horrors.
Nice.
Now, you need to think kind of about, like, these are convictions that you're supposed to break in some way. Right? Like, not you're supposed to break, but that are supposed to be able to be broken in some way. Like, what would constitute, like, a breaking of this conviction?
Okay, I think I'm still going to put self-preservation. I think they've been around long enough to know the game, and I guess.
So, in your case, would self-preservation be like
actually starting to, care about someone else and not putting them in jeopardy? Like,
ooh. So, in your case, it would actually go against your humanity to, like.
Oh, is this okay against humanity?
Yeah, this is what keeps you human.
Okay, maybe that's not self-preservation then.
I mean, it's an interesting idea, right? Like, actually putting yourself in harm's way for someone else is actually against your humanity. It's an interesting train of thought. It's not necessarily something traditional, but it's not necessarily
it's difficult.
bad.
Playing such a bitch.
Like, for you, for example, Bex, what would constitute breaking your conviction of I have power and I will do everything to keep it? What would constitute breaking that power?
Putting the clan first, maybe, instead of her.
Or the coterie.
Okay. That's actually very, very interesting, because these are like convictions that are like completely like counter to your normal way of thinking about being human. But that's completely fine. But it's really interesting to think like that's what like grounds you in your humanity.
Yeah.
Going against it is being nice, rather than...
This is really tough.
Yeah, this is the hardest bit so far. Christ.
Yeah,
might have to come back.
This is not easy. Let's just like, but it's something that's necessary, because being vampire, a big part of that is keeping in mind what kept you human. Because if you give in to the beast too much, you become the beast and you are like, you lose yourself. There is something like that, like if your humanity gets low enough, if it reaches 0, you go into what's called the Roussel. You lose your character basically, because I take control of it at that point, and you just become a monster. Like, all you think about is, I want blood and I want it now.
Can this be people, Seb? Can this be like any family that's left or something that
we will come to touchstones, we will come to touchstones, which is in this case the like what's written after the little dash here. Those will be your touchstones. Those are people that exemplify this belief. Because you yourself are not human anymore.
No.
So you need to anchor this belief, this conviction, into the life of someone that's close to you in your direct environment. And those people will start to like exemplify this belief. But for now, just go with like the conviction itself.
I'm gonna go with
man.
protect the innocent and obey authority. They are very police officery.
That's true.
ones.
Yeah. Also, your chronicle tenants, here written on the left, these are the ones for the camarilla. Because what the chronicle tenants are in addition to your personal convictions, are a general sense of morality in the society that you're in. This is maybe not the best way to describe it. This is the way that I think about it. This is the rules of your society that makes you like accountable to yourself. Breaking these will also reward you with states. Breaking these will also lower your humanity. Because you're part of a camarilla, this is sort of the protocol tenets that I had in mind for you. If you don't really think this is true, you can, or you, if you don't really agree with any of these, say so, and we can work out something different. But basically, loyalty above all means loyalty to the camarilla, but also loyalty to anyone you've sworn an oath to. Don't be a boon breaker. That's essentially it. Do not kill and torture for pleasure, because that's like a big no-no and a very big masquerade breach, potentially. And last is always uphold the laws of your society, in this case, the laws of the camarilla, the 6 traditions.
Can you copy and paste them in, Seb, into the...
I can...
Or at least into the chat.
I can do this, yes. I will do it in a moment.
Thank you.
The Anarchs will have different chronicle tenets, but that's something that I will go over with them. Because their environment's a little bit different. The sense of morality in their society is a little bit different than yours.
Fair enough.
So what are your convictions now? Do you have two? What are they?
Oof. Yeah, I'm not keen on what I've got yet, but I've got what I have I must keep and covet. I don't want things to change was the other one I had at the moment, but I'm not stuck on anything here yet. And then family anchor was the only thing I had down as the on the touchstone side, but
I don't want things to change.
He likes what order is fine, or
maybe something like
like I said, I wasn't sold. I'm not there yet.
I'm trying to like imagine a way to phrase this that like it would be possible for you to break this.
Yes,
step,
yeah,
right?
this is what I'm.
Or
Yeah,
break
yeah,
the
that's
conviction.
fair. Well, we could say for now, Seb, that they're in that general area, and we'll figure out more depth with a bit of time. We got a bit of.
So, part of this is to each of your convictions, you will attach a person. Like I said, this is some sort of person that anchors you in your humanity, that exemplifies this deeply held conviction that you have. So in this case, do not turn your back on the faith. Oh, it's the priest that helped you at one point. In case of Bax's character, I think Clarissa, was it?
Yeah.
It could be, for example, I don't know, an assistant in her company that's
I was genuinely going to say assistant.
ladder,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Like, she has to have an assistant, otherwise she wouldn't be able to do anything.
These
I'll come
should
up
be
with it.
mortals and people that you are potentially close to.
Do they have to be alive?
Yes.
Do they have to be living?
Oh.
Because these are very big potential weaknesses that I can exploit. So
Yep.
these should be mortals, and they should be ideally people that are close to you. So people in and around the Bay Area. This can be family, for example, as well.
Arnold. There we go.
Okay. I've got, with the deserving power, it's her assistant, who I will come up with a name for at some point. And the other one I put loyalty, but originally to her father's company, and now to like the clan. And it would be her father. So I imagine that he wasn't killed, but he was left destitute, and now he's very old, and she kind of looks after him occasionally.
Is he? He could be in like a retirement home or retirement community. Like perhaps you took him with you when you came across the pond, and he's in you with like you're caring for him like where you are now. That's definitely a possibility.
Oh gosh, how do you explain something like that?
Yeah. How,
Yeah.
So how do you explain
aged in 20 years, in 50 years?
I'm hoping at this point, like, he's got like dementia or something, and he like doesn't realize that I'm supposed to be all that.
That's tragic.
I know it's tragic, but is it more tragic for him to be like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
Oh, but he'd be like, oh, this is my daughter. All the nurses would be like, no, she's way too young.
yeah. Yeah, I feel like, oh, he thinks I'm my mum.
This is like a lot of fun to explore.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this
Oh,
now. Okay.
It's Nadia and the girl she used to babysit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Drew, do you have?
Well, my obey authority was going to be Karsh, but they have to be living, so.
Yeah, no, these have to be living people. These could also, because you were embraced quite a long time ago, these are probably not people that you know from your life.
So I think protect the innocent, as opposed to a single individual, I think he still looks after the area that he was, either looking after, or like he still looks after his precinct. Like he still goes around that area. Maybe it's his territory nowadays.
Yeah. So who in that, like, is it the beat cop that like now goes around his like the route that he used to? Is it someone in your specific community? Is it?
Or maybe it's like a descendant of, maybe in life, his partner.
Ooh.
Yeah. And they've been, like, every generation has been a cop for the same precinct. So this is like third generation of this, family member.
Yeah, I like this.
Okay. Protect beat cop.
Is
Beat cop the third.
Do you have a personal relationship with this person? Like, have you approached them, or are you looking on them from afar? Like, have you approached this person?
Oh.
You could like have worked for, like, if you're doing PI stuff, you could like occasionally helped with information. Like, hey.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I do think I have a relationship with this person. They are a colleague.
Ooh, are you still working as maybe as a PI and not as a?
Probably, yeah.
Because if you are a cop, like, there might be some daytime meetings you need to show up for. As a PI, this is...
PI is more freelance, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely not still on the police force, but
Yeah,
is
maybe
a freelancer.
maybe
He only turns up at night.
yeah, maybe you assist with certain things, or yeah, maybe you even approached him to say, hey, if you ever need something extra, because you recognize something of your old partner in them.
Yes, I like this. I'll be very sad when they used to torture me.
Yes. There. Yes. Here's the
Already
baseball
have
bat.
ideas.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah. Here's the baseball bat, Seb. Yeah, you can have the things to hit us with.
Yeah, these are definitely weaknesses for your character, but that's totally the intention of it.
Yeah, that's the thing of it. That's all good.
Because this tells me so much.
Picturing his family. Oh god.
I've got a sweet old man in a nursing home back here that's gonna terrible things are gonna happen to him.
Oh, everyone thinks he has dementia but doesn't.
Oof.
Oh yeah, that's true. And he's like, I'm not crazy. And they're like, okay, old man.
Oh.
James, do you have anything?
I've got a couple of ideas. I'll run them past you. So one of them is whoever the person is that runs my little shop in the daytime. That's definitely a nice, easy one to be in there for why I must keep my stuff and etc. on that front. We'll work on that a little bit more. And the things I don't want to change, I think there's one last family member left from that's a survivor from things. So I think maybe it's not a kid, but a younger person that's left. That's the last surviving family member of his line, and he's not close with them, but he would not have anything happen to that or that person, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to do the old man thing. I'll do the they're a younger person that's that's out there. He just keeps an eye on.
Yeah, maybe you didn't come over to the new world alone. Maybe.
There's
you
maybe
came across with your family, and this is like a great grandkids or grandkids.
When he was over here, he had some family before he got turned, and I don't know. Yeah, either or.
Ooh. Yeah, I have an idea. I'm gonna run this by you.
But there is one member left that is from his line from somewhere that's either related in some way by blood.
Where can I find this?
Where's the baseball bat going to be coming from?
No, this is probably too powerful.
Worrying glee in your eyes as well.
the demon spawn, that is, yes.
We will work on something like this. That's fine. We will.
But you've got two things that that he wouldn't want to be without. And definitely sees the end of his line coming, as this is the last one.
Okay. And then the only one I don't have a second one for is Drew, but I'm not sure if he's there at the moment.
No, I think he's taking a moment.
Okay. Okay, then the next one is ambition. You see this on the top right. This is what was your character's ambition in life? What was their goal?
I just looked at the example one.
Yes, grow 7 additional arms.
It's the Mies. They can do some those kinds of things. So this could be everything. Like this is your ambition in life, but this could also have twisted in your own life, as in well, I'll take your character as an example, Bex. Like it could be like, oh, I want to take over my father's company could be like, oh, I want to take over ...
I think I'm going to put like to be politically successful, but in like a House of Cards kind of way, like puppeteering, doing all this, having all the secret for everyone in the back pocket.
Well, I do want to bring this up because Karsh at the moment is Prince, but he's only
in name.
Prince pro tempore.
Interesting.
Oh, are you already vying for the prince position?
There's a power vacuum up there.
There are supposed to be political, like, positions for advancement. There are also, at the moment, has not been established like a Primogen Council, which is like the advisory board for the prince.
Should be
consistent
vying
of
for
every different clan. Like at the moment, that has not been established at all. So there could be something like gain a political position within the camarilla or something. Could be an ambition.
Definitely, that would definitely be up there. Like she wanted to be politically successful. She still does. It's just a different kind of politics.
Yeah, this is like your vampirism twists your ambitions into new and monstrous things. In this case, like in a new way of power.
Yeah, sure.
Let me quickly look through the basics.
Frank Underwood. I could not remember his name. Could not remember his name at all.
So, the thing is, you know how I said you could like take willpower damage, right? Like if you work towards your ambition during a session in a meaningful way, you can regain some like aggravated willpower damage, which means that it's willpower damage that doesn't come back automatically. So working towards your ambition actually allows you to regain this. And then you also have desire, which can be adapted based session to session or in the moment, which is usually something very specific and something you can look at as short-term goals, while ambition is long-term goals. And that allows you to, I think, regain superficial willpower damage, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they recover 1 point of superficial willpower damage if they gain their desire. In this case, to eat a princess ghoul.
That's one way to piss off a prince.
That would do it.
One quick way to hell, but you know. So, Drew, did you have a second?
Yes, I did. So my second one was. So my conviction is obey authority, but I'm not sure what the touchstone for that would be.
Okay. Anyone have any suggestions?
Oh, sorry, I'm just losing it. I'm getting tired, so apologies.
Yeah, sorry. This is going on longer than I expected.
That's okay. Luckily, you'll have a bit more time with the annex in that you won't have to do the first bit again, so it'll be a little easier next week for you.
We also ended our first part like a little bit later than I had planned. So because Conrad, if you're hearing this in the future,
if we decide to edit this down, Conrad, this was your point where we
Drew, what can you do?
Yeah, I'm just not sure. Like, I think if he's pushing a century, then no one living is really going to fill that role. But he would definitely look to that in the camarilla. I think he's definitely a player of the game.
Obey authority could be a political figure, could be like someone with power, or someone that's or maybe like the absolute opposite, like someone who menially follows every single task that's given to them.
Receptionist at the local precinct.
He could be like a commissioner or something.
Yeah.
Like
you got your own Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah, or like a PA or something like that. Literally just using terms I've heard in Batman, apparently. But someone that like upholds like crime, not crime stuff. Crime. I can't think of any word.
Or someone that's a vigilante in the it would be the opposite, wouldn't it? If it was
yeah. Law. It's like foot gloves all over again. Not crime, not crime. Oh.
I may have to think on that one.
We got a couple of weeks to talk it through.
Yeah.
No worries. Let me know when you figure it out, and I will. I will work it into the story. So.
It's giving you some ideas, Seb, isn't it? Overall, yeah, we've thrown a few things that are moving in the right direction.
Anyone have their ambition yet?
Forever build my collection, whatever that damn collection is.
To rebuild your collection. So you lost your collection.
Ooh, I didn't put it in those terms, but I'm not against it.
Maybe you couldn't take everything with you. You had to leave some stuff behind.
Or because we previously floated the idea that you maybe were in torpor. Perhaps your collection got spread around.
You bastards! Yes, it's been taken. Oof. Yeah, the antique shops is not bare, but it's not got the collection when I was there before.
It's not what it used to be.
Yes.
Just these empty, dusty patches where things should be.
Yes.
Places on the wall that need repainting.
There's literally spaces on the wall where little things are missing from the collection. Damn it. Yes, rebuild my collection. I like that better than where I was.
I like this. I like this so much.
We're giving you enough. Yes.
Okay. True. I guess you're the only one without ambition yet.
I think he wants to be sheriff.
Ooh. Okay, to become sheriff.
Yeah, I think he's probably a hound already, because they're like the investigators of the camp.
You might have been under the previous prince, but at the moment there's no court positions at all filled. Garsh is running a military dictatorship where he and his direct lieutenants are the only part of the regime, basically.
Need to get rid of this guy.
This hasn't been for that long, has it, Seb? If that makes sense.
No, this has been for. We'll start at end of 2021, beginning of 2022. So they have been in charge for about 5 years.
Gotcha. So when my guy went into torpor, this wasn't a thing. When he came out, it was a thing.
Yeah, or you could have woken up during the war, perhaps
there's so many equation around.
Yeah, or before, or I mean, you could have woken up whenever you.
Maybe they took some of your collection.
Bastards.
Immediately on board. Kill them all.
They're weird.
Yeah, they're weird.
Yeah, so maybe his ambition is to become sheriff in whatever comes next after Karsh. But yeah, I like that he was a hound beforehand. In the previous
a little
movie.
political alliance. Oh, love it already.
Yeah, okay, a hound. I like it. Okay, so that was your mortal self, and then some monster kills you. So we need to talk about what kind of vampire you are. The people that already know, like, well, I think at least 2 of you. Are you going with Samis, James?
I
Or
think
do
so.
you
I
want
think
me
it's
to-
no. I think I'm on board. As long as it doesn't cause you any complications that'll
Not at all.
that'll
Not
break
at
you
all.
out.
In that case, you guys can go in the drive, go to the clans, and there you will find like a little description of your clan. This will give you some more information, but I want you to specifically copy over your clan Bane. You should find it somewhere at the bottom of your sheets. Of the pages, sorry.
Sorry, Seb. Can you resend the link? Apology. Whenever I go into my shared drive, it always just shows me the suggested files. I can never find the damn folders that. The direct lines, if that makes sense, to the folder.
Yeah, they're also. It's also pinned in the Discord.
Brilliant. That's what I need. The pin is the bit. There we go. Thank you. Yep, that's taken me exactly what I needed. Brilliant.
So you can
under the
go
clans,
to the clans and go to the clan you want. In your case, it's the one that doesn't make any logical sense in how it's written. And you can scroll down to Clan Bane and copy it over onto your sheet.
How far down is that going to be? Be level 1 stuff, isn't it?
Completely at the bottom normally. Normally the only one that's, well, it's the second part from the bottom. I think the last part is the clan compulsion. If everything's correct. But it's the clan Bane.
It goes straight to level 5 forms, or I must be going
You're
to
in disciplines.
Yeah, you're in disciplines. It's the clans.
Yeah, I'm in the clans, and then Samitsi. Doc.
Oh,
Clan Bane. There we go. Clan Bane. There it is. Yeah, found it. Yeah.
Page 4.
Yeah. Thank you.
Where are we putting it? Sorry.
Oh, yeah, Samit's has... Oh. Okay, sorry. Samit's has a lot of other weird shit in it that is not supposed to be there. My apologies.
That's okay, but the Clan Bane is this grounded thing.
Grounded,
yeah. Brilliant.
You need soil from your homeland in order to...
Perfect. Which is in theory in the shop. Okay, great.
That's nice and easy for you.
I will live with that. And what section are we putting there? We have to put the clan in first. That's why.
Yeah, so if you put your clan in at the top of the page, and then the Clan Bane box will appear.
Yeah, the Clan Bane should be right here.
Yep, got it. And pasted. Done. Brilliant. Thank you.
Okay, then we will... So you have that. Then we will look at your vampiric powers. No, actually, let's first look at like some little things. You have generation. I think Drew and James, you can choose any number between 11 and 13, and you'll be fine.
Okay. Where does this fit in the sheet, Seb? Sorry, apologies. Under stats or
under generation.
Above touchstones and convictions.
Yeah.
Above touchstones and convictions. Okay. Oh, yeah. Still in the same sheet. Sorry, I was getting ahead of myself on that one. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to just go. Sorry, anything between 11 and 13, Seb, you said?
Yes, anywhere between those numbers is fine.
I'm going to go dead in the middle and hit 12.
Very well. For Drew, let me think. Yeah, I didn't have.
He's coming to say hi.
Sire.
Hello.
Is Tyr complaining it's bedtime?
She does do that, but
No, she knows.
She's all right.
Let me quickly take a look at your sire, Bex, and I will let you know what you can write. You can write 10 if you want.
Okay. Have no idea what that means, but cool.
It's a number, but it means.
Yeah.
You're a target for diablerie.
Yeah. The name of your sire is Stephen Lenoir.
It's what?
So, Stephen. Well, I'll type.
Yeah, copy and paste. Time to copy and paste.
Literally Stephen the Black. If you.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Okay. The rest of you, do you have an idea who your sire might have been? What kind of a person was he or him? And what's your relationship with him? Or her?
Oof. I'm definitely blanking Seb at the moment, but apologies, I'm running out of steam.
Yeah.
In the week, it's harder.
Yeah, I know. I'm really sorry.
No. It's not that. I'm just my brain's not fully with it anymore on that front. But yeah, I can't. My brain can't think right now.
That's okay. True. What sort of a person would you have been? What's your relationship to him?
I'm just trying to think who might have been in San Francisco at the time.
Well, since the Tremere, a lot of the Tremere are dead at this point, so your sire might have suffered the same fate, or he might have gone south when Strauss decided to join Vannevar Thomas in his crusade to retake LA. That's also an option. Presuming you were a member of the San Francisco Chantry, that is.
Could it have been Strauss?
Could it have been Strauss? Technically, yes, but he is of a very low generation, which makes things a little more difficult. If you want Strauss as a Mala, I can give you that though.
What's a Mala?
It's basically a vampiric mentor. You can sort of call on them to solve any problems that you might have. Basically, wait. I have very good connections. My daddy is that person, but not really your actual family relationship, but your.
Maybe that's who he saw do something, or maybe he was part of an investigation that Maximilian.
The lines led to that. Oh.
They thought they destroyed all evidence, and actually no, this soon-to-be named character was the one person that put it all together and figured out, no, it's this person.
You could have been embraced at the behest of Strauss.
Yeah.
But your character could have been your sire could have been
ordered.
Nobody important. Basically the lowest rung of Tremere. and just that, like, okay, that guy kind of looks useful, or that guy is bothersome, embrace him. And then you kind of became a little bit more, like, interesting to Strauss over time. So he isn't your sire, but he's as close to his sire as you are going to get. Also, there is an actual child of Strauss in the setting that you might, like, have some kind of, like, I don't know, some kind of, like, weird step-brotherly relationship with.
Maybe it was them?
It would be, but he's Anton LaVey. He's the literal founder of the Church of Satan.
Maybe not then.
He has also only been embraced in the 1990s, so like, timeline doesn't work out there.
And he's House Goretrix as well.
Yeah.
Okay, I will have a think.
Yeah, I don't think we've done too bad on the on fronts. We're getting fairly. I'm hopeful. It seems like we're getting there.
Yeah, I like the idea that they're not around anymore.
Okay, yeah, they're not around. I'm going to say, like, Strauss has taken an interest in you, and he's sort of like a surrogate sire or something to you, if that's okay. I'm sure nothing bad will happen there. Because he is a lovely person that has no hidden motives.
Screwed me over in the game.
Oh, no.
And James, I will come back to you on this.
Yeah, the only thing I'll throw out to you, maybe that the sire is from where the old country he was from, in that they see someone in the same land over here that they thought maybe we can.
Where do you think you were embraced? Was it on the way over here, or was it here?
I think to allow for there to be family left, I think it would have to be after he got here, if I would imagine, or into at least into the new lands in some form. But like I said, I'm not totally stuck to that. If that makes, it's just that whatever gives you the hook for having a family member left is what I'm wondering.
I have an idea, and I might give you a suggestion for a lore sheet later.
Sure. No problem. Yeah, it's just keeping that one that hook in there is what I'm more concerned with than the DM. No problem.
Okay, then, because it's already getting quite late, we will go through this a little bit more quickly than I normally would, and then you will have to do some work during.
Yeah, we'll be fine. We got a couple. Okay? Yeah, we got a couple of weeks to.
Yeah, my apologies. I really thought this was going to go a little bit faster.
Newbies, Seb. We're all newbies.
No worries. So each clan has their disciplines. These are your vampiric powers that are really a part of, like, your vampire being. For some clans, these are clans that are specifically tied to your clan. But you can learn others outside of it as well, but it's a little bit more difficult. But these are disciplines that your powers that your vampiric blood has a specific affinity towards. You can find these also in your clan sheets. Normally, it's like.
Are these the ones under like level 1?
Under disciplines. No, in your case, in the Tsemis page.
Oh yeah. There's a disciplines. You have a specific header
named disciplines.
Yeah, got it.
You have animalism, dominates, and protean.
Mm-hmm.
You get one of these. You get 2 dots in, and the other 2 you get 1 dot in.
And okay, and this is under the discipline section in here. Okay, I see. So
we will. Like, I'm not gonna have you choose your powers now, because it'll take a lot of reading and a lot of time. You can do that during the week. Just, like, per dots that you get in like a discipline, you get to choose 1 power in it. So if you have 1 dot in animalism, you can have the choice between 1 first level power. If you have 2 dots, you get 1 level 1 power and 1 level 2 power, or 1 level 1 power and like another level 1 power. You can kind of mix and match that way. You guys understand?
I think so. So we're only picking one of these disciplines? Sorry, am I just
No,
throwing
so
it?
you are...
You have all
you're
3,
getting-
but you just don't know. Yeah.
No, you're getting all 3, and one of them will be 2 dots, and the others...
Right, got it. Yeah, so we should copy all 3 in. Got it as a start point.
Yeah.
No problem.
And then the specific powers you can choose during the week. And these can be found under the disciplines section. So in your case, James, you have animalism, dominate, and protean.
Yeah.
So animalism, your ability to work with animals, to control animals.
Yeah.
You have dominate, your ability to basically mind control others. And you have protean, which is your ability to transform. And your ability to fleshcraft, if you choose to take that power.
Mm-hmm.
Just the word upsets him. It's brilliant.
Okay.
I mean, in New York, the Zemitzi have a cathedral literally made of flesh.
Wonderful.
Isn't that in the old country? Isn't that Transylvania?
I think they have one there, but there's definitely one in New York.
Nice.
I think what's beneath New York is something else, which was rumored to be the antediluvian, which is something else.
Way disgusting.
So much lore. and sorry, so one last time, how many dots again in each of these? 1 with 2 dots?
So 1 with 2 dots and the other 2 at 1 dot.
Got it. Done and dusted.
So in the case of Vex, you get Oblivion, Potence, and Dominate, I think?
Yeah. I'm going with Dominate. Unsurprising.
Yeah. And in case of Drew, you get Blood Sorcery, Auspex, and also Dominate. 3 Dominates.
All right. There we go.
How are we dealing with rituals?
You get 1 free ritual, and then the others you get buy with XP in like one of the next sections.
I'll add rituals to my thing then.
Yeah, rituals you can add. Well, you get 1 free ritual per dots you have in Blood Sorcery. Sorry.
Okay.
Clear. So if you have 2 dots in Blood Sorcery, you get 2 rituals. And the same goes with ceremonies for Oblivion, by the way. I know the Sombra don't usually get a lot of ceremonies, but I have added some that, like, sort of go with, like, Abyss Mysticism. It might be... But that's something, if you have questions about this, we can talk about this during the week. If you want. Yeah. We're not going into that too deep. Then the next is your Predator type. So, how does your character feed? Basically, I have a page in the drive that wait, no, this is not a shareable one.
It's number 6, I think, in Vampire Basics.
6.
Vampire Basics, okay.
Yeah, Vampire Basics, 6 Predator types. And there you have like a whole list of ways your character can feed. Use it as inspiration.
Where was it, sorry?
Vampire Basics number 6.
Cool.
Predator types. And you can have one of these. How do you think your character feed? Like, how do you... These are, like, the favorite ways to feed. This is not the only way you can feed.
Home delivery is my favorite. Just order pizza and then feed on the delivery guys. Great.
Yeah,
why
but
why hunt when they can come to you?
Business owner works, I suppose, as well.
Yeah, as I say, business owner.
it doesn't leave a large trail of blood. Like your haven is compromised, or you have a dark secret.
That quite like career sadist. That kind of works.
Yeah, that's basically your dominatrix. That's
Or suit people who work late into the night to hit deadlines.
Oh, that works. Oh god, there are so many options.
oh yeah, this is only the tip of the iceberg. Like, it's already getting quite late, and the most like horrifying thing, which is the backgrounds and the merits and the that all hasn't come yet. So that's the real nightmare. But I've got like really good information on this. So this is great.
Where do we put in the feeding habits? Sam?
Oh, on the top right. Normally,
Oh yeah. Sorry, it's this where it says predator. Yeah.
predator. Yeah.
I love the idea of Haunter. One day I'm gonna play that character. That's perfect. Just want to be spooky.
Yeah. You set up a house that's supposedly haunted, and when ghost hunters come a knocking, you get to.
That would have been so great for your Hakata character.
So then we have to when we pick one of these, then Seb, then we have to go and add specialities in. Is that what this is saying? Add speciality?
No, this is. So it depends. What did you pick, or what do you want to pick?
I think it's business owner, but I.
Okay.
On that front.
Let me look at business owner.
It's gotta be suit, hasn't it? It's gotta be.
Yeah. So you feed from your staff, one of which is also your one of your touchstones. So that's interesting.
It offers freely.
Or customers, that like want to see what you have in the
back
in the back room. Yeah.
And they never remember.
Yeah. So you can add your speciality in one of those things.
Okay. So that changes something on the stats section, doesn't it?
Yeah, the very first section where you added your specialities earlier.
Yeah, you can add another one.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you. Didn't you do that before?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, no, it's just I've got 4 now. That means that means I'll have 5. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that's fine. I will take one in
get
persuasion.
1 free dot of dominate or presence. So dominates mind control. Presence is basically control over people's emotions.
Sorry, how many do you get? How many dots?
No. This is specifically for business owner.
Yeah. Yeah, speciality.
So which one do you
Suit.
Suits. So let's look at suits.
Etiquette or finance.
Yeah, etiquette or finance.
And how many dots is it? Sorry, just 1.
For what?
On your speciality.
Specialty normally doesn't get any dots. Specialty is just.
Oh, sorry, I'm thinking of the wrong thing. I was thinking stats because I'm.
Yeah, no. So remember the specialties, these are things you're good at, so you get to roll an extra dice if that specialty applies to that skill.
Cool.
Then you also go through the list that it says there. You add a dot of aspects, meaning you get a aspects or dominates depending on what you pick, and you can pick between one of those to get an extra power. you also gain 2 dots of resources or 2 dots of retainers and 1 dot of hurt. These are backgrounds which should be found under features. As for you, James, let me quickly...
Yeah, so I had one. I had in the business owner background with 3 dots. Okay, I get that bit. I think.
Yeah, you get that background.
That's 3
Did
dots.
Yeah, we'll go over this at a later time. What that exactly that does.
Yeah.
And you gain. Did you add the dot in your disciplines?
Yeah, I've added the dot. Yeah, that's done. That's fine.
What did you put it in?
Sorry. Sorry. I added the speciality. Sorry, I've done that one, which is the persuasion. Sorry, I gained 1 dot and dominant presence. I couldn't figure that out. I gained 3 dots in business owner. I've done, and I haven't done the routine flaw yet.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. So first, dominate and presence are disciplines. So that's the one that you were just.
That's what I was missing. Yeah. So I can add one in.
And you can add 1 to one of the other. Like I don't think you have presence yet because it's not in class.
I've got dominate. I've got dominate. That's fine. So that is done. Background's done. It's just the routine flaw then that's left.
Yeah. So flaws are also under features.
Yep. And then 2 dots to whatever that.
Is there a special header called flaw? Let me take.
Yeah, there is one under the features section. There's a flaw.
Yeah. So I'll put you to here. So you add one by. Yeah, I don't think the rest can see.
Yeah, I'll change that now. Yeah, 1 second. Done.
Yeah, so you just add it and then under flaw put routine and just fill in the 2 dots.
No problem.
That's all you need to.
Got it.
Drew, what are you going with?
I think I'm going to go with Bounty Hunter. The Bounty Hunter hunts down escaped prisoners and those fleeing Vale.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, yeah, that fits very well with your PI thing, right?
I'm unsure of what. Do I go obfuscate or potent? Do I want to be sneaky or do I want to hit things?
Choices. How much do you want to hit Annex? It's going to be the question.
I think I want to be sneaky. I'm going to go obfuscate. 2 dots between allies and resource background.
Yeah, I've got the 2 dots of resources or retainers, and I don't know what that means. And I don't know what 1 dot of herd means either.
Okay, so both no worries. Both resources, herd, and what was the other one?
Resource is either gain 2 dots of resources or 2 dots of retainers, and then gain 1 dot of herd.
Yeah, those are all backgrounds. So if you can see it on screen, I'm not sure if you see me pinging.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, yeah, in features.
Yeah. So you can just add them there. Let's say, for example, resources are how much money you have. That's how much things you own. Retainers is, you have people that are loyal to you, that are following you, like, that are basically listening to you, and that are, like, on your payroll. This can be either through a blood bond, by feeding them your blood, they are ghouls, or this can be because you paid them. And then, what was the other one? Sorry.
1 dot of herd. So that's
And herd is like a group of mortals that you can feed from freely. Like that, a group of mortals that are yours or that are freely accessible to you to feed from.
Oh, the IT staff of the company.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Ah, that group. I see.
Drew gets it.
Basement dwellers.
They haven't seen sunlight in years.
These can be, like, for example, a herd can take the form of anything. This can be like Instagram followers because you're like an influencer, or this can be like.
That was my Tremere concept.
Yeah. Toreador, you mean? Or
yeah. Sorry, Toreador. Brain is no longer functioning.
Yeah. We've covered a lot of ground, though. These sheets are vast.
They are.
we're still not quite there. Would you guys be okay if we continue this in 2 weeks?
Yeah,
sure.
Because
Sure.
it's getting quite late, and I've got a feeling that like the whole merits backgrounds.
Yeah, that's quite a
portion,
big.
yeah, that's a big thing, and it requires a lot of reading. So that's a little bit annoying. For now, I am going to give you guys a little bit of homework to
Cool.
do for within 2 weeks.
This is the
That's
only
okay.
homework I'm fine with doing.
the good type of homework.
Yeah.
So what I want you guys to do is I'm quickly looking over the little notes I made. Give me a moment. So so James, I want you to tell me a little bit about your sire and what your current relationship to that guy is.
Okay.
And I want you to come up with a way why you ended up in torpor and got your collection stolen.
Yes. Why is it gone? Where did it go?
Blame the equation. Always blame the equation.
For all of you, I also kind of want you to look at the powers, the disciplines, and like select the ones that you currently have dots for.
Okay.
Does that work?
It does, yeah.
For Beck, what do I want you to do? Let me look at this. So, this is a tough one. Let me come back to you.
That's
True.
What was the point where you skirted the abyss?
Oh no.
And what got you to that point?
Let's think.
And
I'll have
what
to think
brought you
about
back?
that anyway.
Yeah, how dark has her past been? Like back in London, like how fucked up was it? Like when she lost everything. That's like, what did she go through there? And tell me a little bit about how her relationship with her sire is now, because like he did send you away across the sea, but like maybe he kind of supports you. Maybe you absolutely hate his guts because he killed you and ruined your mortal life, or are you kind of grateful to him? Like, maybe think a little bit about that. If you want a little bit more information on your sire, you can Google him. He's on the wiki.
Cool.
Yeah, he's an official lore character.
Yay.
It exists.
I'm special.
Yeah, Okay, let's go with that. And like, okay, this is interesting.
That's cool.
Drew, I want you to come up with your second.
Yes,
Yeah.
my touchstone and conviction.
Yeah, your second touchstone and conviction. The power, like for everyone, pick your powers. Your sire is dead, but maybe tell me if you knew him well or not, if he meant something to you, like when he died in like the terrible fire that burned the Tremere Chantry to the ground during the war with Karsh. Or maybe
Yeah,
maybe
well-
tell me a little bit about your relationship with Strauss or something. I don't know. Tell me something about the Tremere.
You got lore in your head. You can do it. You can do it.
Yeah.
And is that it, or do I want something more from you as well?
I can think more about Beat Cop the Third.
Yeah, sure.
Um,
This also goes for every one of you. I need names because I'm horrible at coming up with names for myself. So give me names for people
Is
in your.
Beat Cop the Third not sufficient?
Beat Cop the Third. As is shop employee, family member, assistant.
Yeah, no,
father.
Assistant one. As part of my predator type, I get an enemy as well. I will think of that.
It's Batman.
Yeah. Bex, what did you end up going with in your dots that you got to pick for your predator type?
I haven't looked at the backgrounds yet. I think that's something I'll do over the next few days. So I haven't added anything for that, but I've added obfuscate for the discipline. I took urban survival streetwise specialty, and yeah, I've only added the flaw from the predator type, which is the enemy.
Yeah, so I will also want you to come up with how you made that enemy and who he is.
Yeah, so it gives a... Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. Yeah, someone I want to track down, so I will expand on that.
Okay. Maybe he's a criminal, or... Is he immortal? Is he a vampire now? All very, very, very interesting.
He's got his kingpin. He's got his own kingpin out there or something.
Bex, what did you add in your which dots did you end up going with?
Which four, sorry? Background.
Yeah, you had like what was it? Retainers?
Resources. Yeah, I went retainers. 2 dots in retainers and then the 1 dot in herd.
Okay, so I'm guessing these might be like assistants or something like that.
Yeah, I was thinking like people within the company, like.
Let me quickly look at the vampire basics backgrounds. Retainers. Yeah. These are... Yeah, this is like a fairly competent human that you can also give a name and give a... Actually, this might also be your touchstone if you want. You can give him a name and a little bit of backstory.
Okay, cool.
We require an organizational chart, and
but I could you know how into backstories I get through.
You would actually do that.
And that's, I guess, is it. If you guys want, you can have like a look in the vampire basics. Like the 01 is basically character creation. This is the list that I am following to guide you guys through this. You don't have to look at everything, but if you guys could look through everything that's marked with 07, so backgrounds, haven merits, merits and flaws, and lore sheets, which is not in this folder but in another, that would be really nice.
No worries. Well, we know we're looking for more now, Seb, so it certainly helps.
Like, you don't have to like fill them out yet, because like I'll go through that with you, but just like familiarize yourself and think about what would be applicable to my character. What would she have or he have?
Cool.
Okay, sorry if this was really all over the place.
No.
And took longer than expected, but yeah.
It definitely didn't feel all over the place at all.
And
well
then
done, Seb. Thank you.
And then in 2 weeks we will hopefully finish this and maybe start playing, depending on how late it gets at that point.
Exciting.
Excellent. Cool. Well, thank you very much.
I will first see a little intro for a lot of you. Okay.
Yeah.
So
well,
in that case, I hope to hear from you soon with your soonish. Doesn't need to be tomorrow, but like maybe for the next session about like your homework.
No problem.
Yeah. Does this work for everybody?
Yeah. No, so far so good, Seb. Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm eager to get things worked through, and then we'll get to the game. But we're going in the right direction.
I hope next week with the others I can get a little bit further, but we have more time. An hour and a half more time, Conrad. Do you hear me? An hour and a half.
Good luck, Seb. Good luck. But yeah, we'll see how it goes on that one. But yeah, thank you all. Well, we'll reconvene and we'll get this story started at some point.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.
No, thank you.
So yeah, again, sorry this takes so long. I hope you had fun.
I love character creation. I'm
starting, and like especially like in Vampire, like I'm starting to like really get an idea of who your character is.
Yeah, and during the whole process of that as well, it's brought out ideas that would not have been there if we'd done it separately as well. Definitely. So yeah,
like you go through like, oh, this is what he does for a living, and this is like his hobby. Like that like really like helps in like visualizing a character in your mind, I think.
It's a lot of fun, actually. Yeah, I like it a lot.
I like it.
And I will say you've done an amazing job of streamlining it. Like, if you've ever picked up the core book, it is an utter mess.
Oh, right.
it is not ordered like this at all. You have to go through the entire book and pull bits out
until you get to what you need.
Yeah, it's really badly formatted, but yeah, you've done an amazing job of pulling it all together and doing it step by step.
Yeah, normally if you just like follow the 0-1 character creation path, you can just basically run through character creation and everything normally has nice links to like the pages you need. And you'll basically see like everything I've run you through already. But like, as I said, like next time we will go through it together and we'll see. Which is especially important for like go-to creation, because that's how you guys came together and how you are a group now.
Yeah, how is this lot put together? Yes. Why do you protect my shop?
Yeah, your little shop of horrors.
My little shop of horrors. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, this is very, very interesting. Okay. So I guess I will see you guys in 2 weeks.